All right, so last time we started in the Feywild, right after Ayana had teleported you to Ethelmara, capital city of the elves, led you through to a place where Rio's ring was able to activate a magical engine that could open a portal through to the Feywild. Started in a nice woods called the Gossamer Woods. Seemed relatively harmless, quite unusual, lots of strange creatures, but kind of warm and bubbly. Unfortunately, early on in your journey, a little pesky pixie connived to play a prank on Lacer, or I should say Kai. But Ayana was rapidly able to missy step, pull Lacer out of the way. I'm doing it wholly. Pull Kai out of the way, and she took the brunt of it. And it turned her into an 8-year-old girl who just seemed confused about everything, but excited and thrilled and whatever. A bit of a handful. You were left with no choice but to carry on in the direction that she was able to rapidly give you right before she changed into a child. And so you carried on through. You found a few weird puzzles, like there was this thicket where you found yourselves constantly walking in circles. Whenever you tried to leave, you would end up right back at it. Found that if you walked backwards, you were able to leave successfully. Seemed like everything was almost traveling through time in reverse. You camped at a chasm that separated two distinct biomes here in the Feywild and discussed and decided which path you should take. There was the dark grey, brambly looking forest to your west, and over to the east there was a weird, large, flowery, hazy, sort of warm looking biome. Bubra suggested, well, why don't we go the way where at least it's honest about its bullshit? And so you decided to go west through the Briarshade. It was a chromatic void of any color and light, and you were immediately finding that you were assaulted by shades whenever light was produced, and it made travel difficult. You were constantly tripping, and without light, it was going to take forever. With light, you were going to be assaulted by the shadow. Until eventually you came and found a strange young goblin-like looking man with a top hat called Grin the Pale, and he said that he can help you, but he requires a toll for you to pass. And the toll was a colourful memory. Colour is a commodity in the Briarshade. And Kai eventually suggested that he has something, and he gave a memory that he found hilarious from the past. And Grin the Pale very, very enthusiastically consumed it, and the memory was wiped from Kai's mind forever. This, however, was good because Grin gave you a bit of briar light that was some sort of enchanted sap that provided light in a diffuse enough way that would not produce any of the shades, and so you're able to much more rapidly get through the shade. Come out on the other side and find yourselves looking across a nice big open plain towards the shimmering peaks, the mountains in which the city of Sumara is residing. There's a huge big river entirely encircling the mountains, called the Liars River. And there were some bridges, well, one bridge you could see in the distance that crossed it. And getting closer, did a little bit of scouting, thinking, well, we're in the Feywild, surely there's going to be a troll under the bridge. Well, there wasn't a troll under the bridge, there was a troll on top of the bridge. There was a dark, cloaked figure sitting at a table, massive, huge, the table looking small in comparison. And as you got closer, he said that your souls would be annihilated and you would be banned permanently from the Shimmering Peaks unless you were able to beat him at a game. Game turned out to be chess, except it had a bit of a twist. You were all shrunk down and played as the pieces on the chessboard. And you quickly found that he wasn't quite playing fair. Some of the chess pieces had additional powers. But once you realized that you could use your own abilities, it quickly became one-sided. And the troll, Uncle Grumble the Annihilator, was getting a bit butthurt, a bit upset about it. He thought he had a group of unwitting adventurers that he was about to trounce, but yeah, you guys essentially turned the tables on him. But he turned out to be a good, jolly fellow, and he really just turned out he wanted to play some games. He wasn't actually going to destroy your souls. He was just kind of messing with you. Yeah, I think you had a rematch or something, just for the fun of it. And once finished, he was happy to let you pass because you won the game, you played with him, and the little girl, he said, was already welcome to pass. She had already been granted the authority earlier. I guess this is close to where we pick up now, so you would have, unless there's anything you wanted to talk to him about, you would have carried on over the bridge, Ayana, the little girl in tow, and started to make your way up the foothills to the Shimmering Peaks. So I'll just pause there for a moment. Is there anything you guys wanted to prep, to talk about in advance of getting towards the city? No?
What time of day is it? I thought we were going to sleep on the bridge, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, time is a little bit confusing in the Feywild. It's kind of difficult to always know when it's nighttime and daytime. But it's probably been, it's been probably several hours of travel going through the Briarshade. Like, you could probably start trying to camp for the night if you wanted, before heading up. I would say if it was in the material plane, you're probably looking at like late afternoonish.
Cool. I'll ask Uncle Grumble what the time would be like, because he would be, I'm guessing, the river keeper.
Yeah, he stands vigil on the bridge across the Lies River.
I guess I'll ask him what time dinner time would be from now.
He's just like, oh, I don't eat very often. But for you young ones, you probably maybe eat in a few hours. Everyone here in the Feywild runs on a different clock, to be honest.
Eat when you get hungry. I like that.
Indeed. The last time I ate was, I think, a couple of weeks ago. There was a little satyr that came over and he failed to win my game, and so I just ate him.
That's not nice.
I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
I let him pass. But he gave me some bread rolls. They were delicious.
So, should we stay the night here? Or shall we make our way to the mountains, the Shimmering Peaks?
Have we asked him how long it is to travel from here to the city?
No, we haven't. That's a great idea.
It's the Feywild. Time and distance are all concepts that happen to other people.
Yeah, ask him, Rio.
Uncle, would you care to guess how long it would take to get to the peak, the city?
Time and distance are things that belong to other people in the Feywild. Someone wise said that one time. I will tell you something quite interesting, though. Why don't you go back across the bridge and walk some way down along the riverbank, looking at the mountains? You might notice something interesting.
I'm not going to walk across that near that bank. I saw what came out of that river.
Oh, if you stay on your side, you'll be fine. Just don't touch the water.
Do you want me to join you, Rio?
Yes, we're going back to the wrong side of the water and walking along the bank.
I'll give you enhanceability for, I guess, wisdom, so you can perceive. Is he asking us to look for stuff?
He just said, why don't you go down there and have a look at the mountains?
Okay, since he asked Rio, I will give you enhanceability. Let me tick that off.
Very
And
nice.
I'll follow Rio.
Yep, awesome. Great. Yeah. Well, why don't you roll a perception check then? It'll be with
You get
advantage as well, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Advantage, all right.
Oh, look at that. Huge. Fantastic. The DC for this was 5. So you start walking along the river, and you don't need to go very far. Maybe 100 feet, 200 feet, something like that. Still within like very, very good close visual distance of the bridge. But you do notice as you start to head down away from the bridge, sort of more, down the river, the mountains, as you're kind of looking, start to look further and further away. It's almost like, with every 50 feet or something you travel, they shift backwards, a dozen miles. And if you were to keep going, you could imagine the mountains look like they are hundreds and hundreds of miles away. And as you turn around and start walking back towards the bridge, they get closer again. And once you get to the bridge, the mountains are basically right there on the doorstep.
Okay, so everything's funny in the Feywild.
Grumble just kind of says, like, it's another part of the defense of the Liars River. If anyone were to try to cross not at one of the bridges, they would face countless, endless distance.
So,
All right, you guys want to camp out, or you guys want to get going?
I just want to ask Uncle Grumble, the Lias River, what happens when things wander in there by accident?
Oh, the river can tell intentions. If it is just an accidental entrance, it will usually just kind of boop them back out of it, send them on their way. Only those who are trying to cross unwelcome would find themselves in any danger.
That's good to know. Is there a height? If there was a flying pixie, if they flew like 100 feet over the river, would the river react to that?
Very likely would. I would not recommend trying it.
Didn't we watch that happen with Berberus's owl?
Yeah, we did, but I was flying my bat relatively close to the bridge, and it got sucked in very quickly before we dispelled them.
It is entirely possible that one could manage to cross the river using some tricks, but that is why the secondary enchantment is there. You may cross the river, but find yourselves weeks or months of difficult, near impossible terrain to cross.
Glad we didn't try and walk across with water walk. One last thing. Anything we need to know about the Elven City, like customs, traditions so we don't be disrespectful to the Elven folk? We don't want to put a bad impression the first time we come here.
I don't spend a lot of time there myself, but I will tell you this. I doubt any of them has seen anyone that looks like you for a time, and so I don't think there's much you can do that won't cause a scene. Unless you can change what you look like, you're likely to get some very surprised faces.
How often do you see a large badger?
Come through here across the bridge, you mean?
Yeah, and in the city, how often would they see that?
Saw a large badger just here yesterday.
Oh.
He was terrible at chess.
I could imagine why.
I think that's more of a lack of dexterity issue in their hands.
I don't make the rules. If he can't pick up the pieces to move them, I still win.
Valid point.
Why is he picking up pieces? Did you actually play chess with him and not shrink him down into a chessboard?
Of course.
Oh my god. Good to know you have some limits.
I would never shrink a badger. Glorious creatures.
Especially not a giant one. Then it just becomes kind of a normal one.
Good to know.
Alrighty. So what are we feeling? Are we resting, or are we just going to carry on? It's probably just based on looking up at the mountain. There's a well-maintained road that you can see that connects to the bridge here and winds its way up the mountain. It could be maybe an hour or two, a couple of hours up to the mountains.
Let's ask Ayana. Would she remember
Ayana's
How
currently
far?
like doing a headstand against the side of the bridge.
All right, I look to Rio. What do you want to do?
I asked earlier. Do you guys want to wait or
Let's just
keep
go.
going?
Yeah.
Let's go then.
I don't have that much health to recover, so
Cool. Alrighty, easy
why
as.
not?
So yeah, it's a nice, very, very well maintained road. That sort of carves into the mountains in places, and every now and then you'll see that there are like these nice big stone pillars that have been sort of carved directly out of the rock face itself, and little lantern hanging that's sort of glowing and alternating between a nice warm yellow and then a cool blue light. Little structures here and there, like there's a little cairn that sort of indicates the way up here at the sort of a corner in the road. It's easy going, yeah, a couple of hours, and you start finding yourselves getting up into sort of thinner air. The breathing's becoming a bit tougher as you feel the altitude, and you just start to realize that you're getting close and close to a summit. Well, it's sort of more like a ridge line, like what do you call it? A saddle between the mountains. You get the feel that this is probably going to be the last opportunity that you have to make any plans or discuss anything, ideas about how you want to approach things. Give you a last opportunity to just chat and plan.
Why have we come here again? What are we facing?
It's actually a
Ayana
valid,
sort of didn't give us much of a choice.
yeah, it's a valid question. Why are you here?
We just followed Rio and he did his ring thing, Majig, and we teleported to this plane and now we're here.
Ayana teleported us to the... What's it called? Ilithmara. Didn't give us much of a choice there either.
We're here because there is a section within the elves, who we now know finally exist instead of just disappearing, that have information on what's his name, the destroyer. Fancy name, the destroyer.
Karasoth, Crimson
Karasoth.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Yep. On top of Prince
Castle.
Poitiers finally finding his heritage.
Yeah.
Information and inheritance.
Most importantly, we are here to get her to stop being a little child. That is the
Details.
primary objective.
Right now, because, yeah.
We do not want anything else getting out at all, if at all possible, until we have that resolved.
See, she just looks at you with like big Puss in Boots eyes, kind of like, who, me? Innocent little me?
Yes, you.
Evil grin.
I think she's
Some
had a lot of
cartwheels.
fun.
I'm gonna kneel down to her height and look her in the eyes. Ayana, I need a favor from you.
All right.
We're gonna go to see some people soon, and they're gonna fix you and make you big again. But until they do that, can you not say anything about me?
That sounds boring. What do you mean about you?
Just don't talk about me.
All right. What will you give me?
What do you want?
Your bow?
Something else?
I want you to decide.
We had fun playing cards the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, that was fun. Can I have your
Would
cards?
you like a set of cards?
Yeah, all right.
And I give her a set of cards.
She pulls them, opens them up, does like a little fan, and then just starts like flicking them off the edge of the mountain, one by one.
Yep, they're hers.
Can someone roll for me a perception check?
Yep.
Cool, easy as. As you're sort of making your way up, following the winding road, in the distance you start hearing sort of chinks, like steel chipping away at stone or something like that.
What's that?
I'd like to put my hand against the closest stone wall. If we're in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
I want to feel if there's any vibrations reverberating through the earth.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, go for it. What sort of skill check do you think Kai would be able to do for this?
I guess just perception. If I just like put my hand or my ear against it, see if I can feel the hitting or the smacking against stone.
Yeah. Yes, cool. Sounds good. Go for it. Yeah, nice. You can. I guess as soon as you put your ear up to the stone, it definitely gets louder. Like the vibrations are definitely coming through the stone. Something is chipping away at the stone up ahead of you.
So the only thing I want to know is if there's like a rhythm, like a rhythmic chipping
it's
away.
probably not rhythmic. You know, a couple of quick taps, then a long, heavy tap, and then a few more little taps.
Oh, so I say it's irregular. The tapping is irregular. Shall we investigate?
It's on the way.
Better keep going.
Right. The chipping gets louder as you continue heading your way up. And eventually you crest a corner of the mountain and look up ahead of you. And, still more of these little pillars with lanterns on them. Up ahead, there's like a carving of a tree that's sort of protruding from the side of the stone face here. And there's a person. You can see which looks to be an elf sort of kneeling down, maybe middle-aged. He's got a stone chisel and a hammer. He's just sort of tapping away. Got like a little cloth in his belt that he pulls out every now and then to just wipe away some of the dust. Green tunic, and you can see like on his belt as well. He's got like a little jar hooked with some flowers in it. His fingers maybe look a little bit ink stained or something like that. And he's currently got his back to you. He's just sort of chipping away. Do you approach? Do you sneak up on him? Or kill him? Do you throw him over the side? What do we do? What do we do?
Dundas sneezes.
All right. And at that, the elf's head pops and turns in your direction. He kind of stands up immediately and kind of like takes you in, and his mouth just sort of like drops open, and he just like freezes. There's like a clank as he drops his hammer to the ground. It sort of like rolls a little bit down the hill, and he just stands there, just staring at you with his mouth open.
Dundas says, "Sorry, the pollen."
How are you? He starts like backing up, like pressing himself up against the stone.
Hi, we're visiting. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, I guess. What do you mean visiting? Visiting from where? How did you get here?
Same way other people might. We walked up the mountain.
Yeah.
He like
Across
rubs
the
his
bridge.
temples. You just walked up the. I'm just.
Had a nice game of chess with Uncle Grumble. Walked
Yeah.
up the mountain, and now we're here.
Oh boy. Are you? Did you? But like, how did you get here? I assume you're from the material plane, right? There are no humans over here.
Well, that one's a dwarf, not a human.
How dare you?
Fair point. No offense intended.
We had a little help with from this one here. As I'm holding, trying to hold Ayana's hand. If she lets me.
Indeed.
This one's her name's Ayana. She got hit with some pixie dust of some sort and made her young.
Oh.
I cast prestidigitation to create a minor creation of the image of what she looked like in my hand,
Okay.
of what she looked like as an adult.
She took you here? She created a portal for you to come through?
There was
Yes.
definitely a portal.
There was a lot of magic, and
Oh, boy.
yeah,
Look, all right. I just take care of the road, all right? I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want to hear anything about portals. If anyone asks, you didn't tell me about this. We just waved pleasantly to each other and you carried on your way, all right? How does that sound?
Oh, that would sound
Didn't even see you.
All right.
wonderful. If you could just let us know where we could possibly go to get her some help.
I mean, I guess you probably want to go to the Circle of the Dawn, I assume, right? There'll be healers there.
Good enough for us.
what
Okay.
does it look like?
Oh, you can't miss it. Once you get up to the top of
I
the
assume
city.
it's a circle.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Wait, you're joking, right?
Well, it's our first time here, so
As
Oh,
you said,
boy.
we're just visiting.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. Look, can we go our separate ways, please? I don't want to get in trouble. I just tend to the road. Like, if you're
I wanna
looking for a
put my-
healer, go. Circle of the Dawn should have healers who can help you. They'll be down in the Luminary Canton. It's the road passes straight through it. You can't miss it. Lots of golden buildings. Plenty of nice. Okay.
Sure. I like to see what he was carving at in the mountain.
Yeah, he was working on the statue of the tree that was coming out of the side. So it looks like quite an old tree. It looks like he was sort of more touching it up. Maybe it had gone a bit weathered or something, and so he was just putting some more detail back into it.
How much light is there around here at the moment?
I'd
Does
say
he-
it's bright afternoon light, yeah.
Oh, he's got plenty of light. Okay. Nice carving. That's all I'm going to say.
Does it look like a Feywild tree or a material realm tree?
That's an interesting question.
And one you have not considered.
Wait, he's carving a tree, or is the tree alive and he's like maintaining the tree?
It looks like a tree that is both larger than anything you could possibly imagine, and yet still somehow quantifiable into a statue. If that makes any sense. It's like it doesn't look
Oh,
like
it's
any
just-
tree you've ever seen before. The proportion of the roots that are carved down into the stone wall don't seem to make any sense with the size of the tree itself. And then you can see leaves and branches and stuff like that, which are both like gigantic, but then the proportions don't quite make sense with the rest of the trunk of the tree. It definitely doesn't look like any tree you've seen before.
I'm going to ask him, what type of tree is this?
This, what, you don't recognize it?
We're visiting. First time I've seen one like this ever,
Oh. Well,
but it's very nicely carved.
well, thank you. I do my best. It's a very frail mockery of the original. This, this, my friends, is my attempt at recreating an image of the world tree. I don't
The
obviously
world
haven't
tree.
seen the original, but we have drawings and other sculptures deeper in the city, and that's what I like to imagine it looks like.
So you haven't actually seen one before, but you are
Seen one?
imagining.
Oh, my friend, there is only one world tree.
Okay.
Where is it?
Question like that doesn't quite make sense. Does who of you would have heard of the World Tree? Possibly Donda. Anyone like super? Yeah, probably just Donda actually. Donda, do you want to roll a history check? And Vale, you probably know what I'm talking about, eh?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Duty's probably involved in some description.
Kiwi thinks he knows. Donda, I don't know.
Is it the kind of thing Erendor's mother would have had any stories of while he was a young child?
Yeah, go for it. Why don't you roll a history check as well? Ooh,
They're the same.
you guys have both got pretty
You
good
like a
history.
history or a nature check?
No, it's not really a nature thing actually. I guess I'll give you this info. The World Tree is a cosmic sentient being that sort of transcends every plane of existence. I think Donda, you probably heard that or read that in a book somewhere in your studies, and Erendor, maybe your mother, Reneth, at one point made a reference to the World Tree that binds all the planes together or something like that.
Are we going back to Pandora?
I think it's much bigger than that. It binds all the planes of existence together. It's like a big magic tree. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I said.
Yggdrasil.
Like when I say big, like it's like bigger than what we can imagine. Like if a plane is like so big, this tree must be bigger than all the planes combined.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk metaphysically if you want. Like, size doesn't really make sense because the material plane is infinite, right? And every other plane, in theory, is infinite as well. And so for something else to live outside of the cosmic planes of existence doesn't make a lot of sense to talk about size. Yeah, it's not really something that like a mortal brain can wrap their head around, I think.
Nope.
Yeah.
I just want to I'll make a mental note of the world tree. The world tree. How cool.
All right. He sort of turns back to what he was doing and starts chipping away again. He keeps one eye over his shoulder, just keep an eye on you. And I assume you pass on by. All right. Very good.
Sounds like it.
After not too much longer, the sort of saddle up ahead of you, a split between two peaks of the mountains. You sort of get up to the ridgeline and crest the hill, and you look down and you see it. There is the city of Sumara just laid out in front of you. It fills the entire caldera below you like something poured into a bowl of white stone. The city doesn't sit on the land, it grows from it. Tier upon tier of alabaster and glass cascade down the mountain walls, connected by arching bridges of what you can only describe as frozen light. Spires catch the Feywild sky and refract it into prisms, and somewhere far below is a silvery waterfall that's crashing down from heights and disappearing into channels of flowing blue water below the city. In the very center, you can see rising a narrow spire of natural stone and a citadel built atop it that you can only describe in one way. It appears to be eternal. Above the city, you can see sort of floating, maybe drifting slightly, there are a couple of massive structures, like tall buildings of spires and peaks, and these structures are sort of floating around the city above it. As vast as temples, just hanging there as if they simply forgot to fall out of the sky. And as you kind of get up to this ridgeline here and look down, you just hear Ayana draw a sharp, deep breath as she's kind of some emotion comes over her, and she grips your hand, Rio, and holds on to it tightly. These floating buildings are like one that's quite near to you, just floating up to there, floating quite close and off to the right a bit. Looks like a beautiful, perfect crystal sphere with like these orrery rings sort of rotating around it. You can see another one way over to the west floating as well. It kind of looks like a squat, angular fortress, like a castle or something of grey stone. floating, and it's almost like sitting on a chunk of earth that as if it was just torn up out of the ground, and it's just floating there. There's a couple of other buildings floating around as well, smaller ones, some larger ones. And down in front of you, you see the road starts to dip, and you can see it. There's a few zigzags as it carries on down into the start of the city. The city is the buildings of the city itself are built up on terraces, and the road that you follow will eventually hit the nearby terrace below you, where you start heading down into the city. You just hear Ayana say, "Wow, it's pretty."
Sure is. So looking down at the city, do we see a main gate of entry?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Do you want to, like, are you going to start heading down, or are you going to try and look to see if you could spot a gate, like, before you get there?
I don't know. Never been here. I'm gonna take the, what's it called? I'm gonna stand back and wait for someone to do something.
Dundar sits down on a stool and starts smoking a pipe.
Roll a constitution check, Donda.
Oh god. Dundar will as soon as he can find it.
I believe in you. Okay. Oh, not bad at all. The pipe material, the pipe weed is old. It's old and getting a bit stale, and it burns your lungs a bit. But Dondar's a tough guy. This is nothing to him. So you enjoy it. You almost enjoy. You kind of. It's like you might say, gumboot weed or something like that, as we would say in New Zealand. And also, just for the fun of it, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god. My fingers!
Yeah. Excellent. Also very good. The stool you're sitting on obviously has snapped off bottom legs of it, and so it's at a little bit of a slant. It's a little bit shaky, but you're very dexterous apparently in this moment, and you're able to remain sitting on it upright. I'm telling you, man, if you do something, I'll make you roll for stuff.
I'll tell Donda. Let me have a look at that store sometime. I might mend those legs a bit so you won't fall flat on your butt.
Donda, roll another dex saving throw.
All right, so I'm just gonna look at everyone stopped and then just start walking in. Yep, start walking in.
Ooh. Rio, can you make a just make a dex and add your proficiency, and just make a dex check. Add your proficiency and your dex points.
This chair will not be repaired until it sits in the halls of Glimmerforge.
Oh.
+3, I think I've got proficiency. Where the hell is it? I'm blind.
Yeah, actually, now to think, I don't know if you're allowed proficiency for an ability check like that, eh?
Oh. Yeah. You said proficiency. I was just trying to find the bastard.
Your proficiency at the moment is +4, I believe.
Oh, 4, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Donda, Rio starts to walk down the hill, and he kicks the stool out from under you. And it clatters down the road a little way, and you find yourself sitting on your bum.
Does a leg break off?
Nah,
Can he roll strength? He rolls strength to break the leg off.
It's a beautiful, well-crafted stool all the way from back in, does anyone remember where?
Yeah, from
from the Oliver Twist kids.
No, he swapped it. Didn't he trade it for a different stool at some
Yeah,
point?
but still from the same kids at Dartmouth, right? No, was it Dartmouth? No, or Farhaven.
It was
no, it was
Kamar.
Kamar. It was Kamar.
That's right. I believe Dondas traded in his stool for one of their nice ones. He asked for a magical stool that could make... He asked for a magical item that could make him grow taller, and so Elisar gave him a stool.
Oh, so the stool is enchanted.
No, it's just
No,
a
it's just
joke.
a stool.
It's just a stool because
Okay.
it makes him grow taller.
We didn't come this far to stop. Let's keep going. I say
no.
it after I've kicked it.
Thunder
No,
yells an
cubs.
elvish curse and picks up the stool again.
Yeah. Straps it to your back, and we start carrying on down. Yeah.
Familiar owl up and out.
Yeah. Cool.
There'd be some sort of guard.
My head's on a swivel.
All right. And I assume you're all guised up as usual?
Just my normal.
Yeah. How are the rest of you guys presenting yourselves?
I'm just gonna pick Ayana up and onto my shoulders, and I'm just gonna have her piggyback her up on there. We just walk down behind Rio, like we're just having a fun time.
Yeah. Cool. So, looking through the owl, Berberus, sure enough, as the elf you just met said, the road traverses down the mountain and eventually enters a set of buildings, the first sort of outcropping of the city itself. And these, it's not like a single theme. It's not like the city is painted in themes, but they're sort of golden, yellowish hues to these buildings. There's a lot of nice stone, some wooden roofs, that sort of thing. Mostly stone though. And these buildings, yeah, definitely have that hue. Like there are little bits and pieces of golden, yellowish theme. So you assume that this would be whatever the Circle of Dawn is, the Luminary Canton. Looking for a gate, there doesn't really appear to be a gate. As the road sort of comes down and it just enters into the city past some buildings, and there is sort of a natural stone arch formation that the road passes in through, but from as far as the owl can see, can't spot any guards. There's no like locked off gate.
Well, nothing obvious. Sure, there'll be some sort of ward up. Nobody's that incompetent.
Hello.
Okay, maybe somebody is that incompetent.
Yeah.
How carefree. Must be nice.
So you get down and you get down to the arch now, and through the arch you can see there are streets. There are streets that crisscross. There are small buildings, tall buildings. There are little openings in the side of some buildings where there's clearly like a little pop-up shop there, people selling food, some wares, some clothing, and just dozens of people wandering around back and forth. And you just see all this through the entrance of this archway. And looking at the arch, you can actually see there are more of this imagery of this tree carved into the arch. Do you enter the city?
We're here now. We might as well.
Yeah. All right.
Do you, Prince? I'll wave right through.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You see elves in flowing clothing. You can see sylvans, so not even elvish. You can see all sorts of fey creatures here. Sylvan with like bark textured skin, and the hair is almost like branches and leaves. A couple of fungrels just run on past you right in front of you, like, oh, I need to get that fungrel. Just sort of like chattering to themselves, little fungrel guys, big mushroom heads. Couple of little band of pixies just like flies past you, whizzes over, pops into a little stall, quickly picks something up and then flies off again. It's just sort of a throng of energy. You walk down through the archway and enter this sort of central courtyard where there appears to be maybe like a little minor marketplace with a larger road that carves off to the west of you around the side of the terrace here. So remember, the city is built down into the caldera of this sort of confluence of mountains. And so you're up quite high at the moment on a terrace, like a rising terrace, as the road itself will continue deeper down into the city as you go down into the center of the caldera where that big spire is at this very, very center. You wander into the market and no one appears to stop you, although you do gain some glances. People start kind of stopping and looking at you, confused looks on their faces. Couple of people, like, actually now at this point fully stop and maybe take a step closer and squint their eyes, and then kind of shocked looks come over their face as they sort of step back. A couple of them hurry away, almost like they're, trying to run, not get noticed. What do you guys do?
I guess look at the one who seems to be the most curious. Look right back at him. Where can we find ourselves a healer? This one here, and I point to Ayana. Got a face full of pixie dust.
The same sort of like mouth open, shocked look that you saw from the earlier guy up on the road. And they're just like, that way, I guess. And he points down the road that carves off to the west along the side of the terrace. Hello? Who are you? How did you get here?
Walked up the mountain.
Sorry.
You can see there's like a tiny, tiny little child just sort of tugging on his hand. She's like, who are they? What are they? What are those things over there, Daddy? And he's like, quiet, dear.
Long story, short story. We need the healer to fix this one before things get explained and out of hand.
Once this one's an adult again, she'll be able to explain everything.
We just need directions to the Circle of Dawn.
Berberus, chuck a perception check. Throw us out of there a perception check, eh? Nice. Damn, you guys have been rolling really well tonight. Owl still circling in the air. Up this high, you can kind of get a closer look at this massive flying sphere of crystal. It's honestly quite beautiful. It's like refracting sort of the constant aurora that's in the sky of the Feywild here. Through the eyes of the owl, you sort of check in for a moment. You see a couple of flying figures just sort of not buildings, they're flying a bit too quick for that, and they're getting closer and closer as they get larger. 3 of them, big, widespread wings, flying in your direction. You see them starting to dive down. You probably have like a moment to react, given the owl has given you some sort of warning here.
Heads up. Looks like we're about to have some company. I would strongly advise not being aggressive.
Couple of loud crashes as these massive winged creatures just crash down and land on the buildings around you. One of them sort of flaps a little bit as it comes down to descend directly into the courtyard. The crowd just scatters as people sort of run in all directions. A bunch of them sort of still will just wait around the edges and watch. Just curiosity absolutely killing them as they want to see what's going to happen. Massive, scaly, lizard-like creatures with shining, silver, shimmery scales. Singular arms that turn into wings, long claws, long tail, and a rider upon the back of each one. Each rider, very proud, hold themselves tall, silver, excellently fitted armor, large swords across their back, and a huge big crest that has a circle on their breastplate with a long sword vertically emblazoned. Helmets, nice and silver again, big like wings that peak on the sides above their ears. The first one appears to be a younger man or younger elf. Looks down at you and just says, "Who are you? State your purpose. How did you get here?"
Keep getting asked that.
Look, mate, I've told everyone up till now. Do I tell them as well? Like, we walked up the mountain.
We crossed the bridge, had a chat with Uncle Grumble, and a chess game.
Your presence is impossible. Either a crime has been committed or something more malicious is afoot. You'll present yourselves to us. We will take you for questioning. I suggest you do not defend. You do not resist.
Sounds good. In the meantime, and I point to Ayana. Got a face full of pixie dust. It's one of yours. Kai, do you have that image handy?
Yeah, if you may, I will
She's the one that brought us here.
Cast prestidigitation on the image of Ayana. Adult
As soon as you
Ayana.
go to cast a spell, one of them is just going to toss a spear at you from the side of his sort of harness. You guys are hostile creatures in their city, and as soon as he sees you start to, yep, that's probably going to hit. He's probably got like a +10 or something to his attack. So
I take the hit and still cast a spell.
okay. Was this be like a spears or
Easy, guys. He's just trying to cast an image so you can see what she looks like when she's an adult.
All right. Yeah, so the spear like clashes into you, just like massively chunks into your shoulder as you just take it. And do
Does
you
it cancel my spell? Does it?
Yeah,
I've got Warcaster. Yeah.
The idea would be that would be. So you're gonna do it again?
No, I would attempt. Yeah, I would try to cancel my spell when he hits me.
Yeah. No spells, no weapons. If you wish to come peacefully, then come peacefully. We can discuss and investigate every facet of this information, but for now, show no hostility if you value your lives. And the other two...
Easy, fellas.
The other two wyverns just drop down into the courtyard as well on either side of you. As they start to approach and encircle your group.
Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to take the spear, pull it out of my body, and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, you grab it, toss it straight in. I would just warn you, the bag of holding can be pierced, so you might not want to chuck it without a... Actually, is that true? I feel like I remember hearing that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe not. Don't worry about it.
Magical in dispel, unless it's like magical spear.
Yeah.
I've just got my hands out to the sides going, easy, fellas. We just need to make her an adult, and she'll be able to explain everything.
Very well. She does appear to be an elven child. Perhaps you have kidnapped her, perhaps not. Perhaps your story is true. You will obviously...
She's the one that brought us here. Just make her an adult. She can explain everything.
Indeed, that is yet to be seen. Do you consent to coming peacefully?
We haven't raised a weapon.
Just stop throwing spears. We're coming for a walk.
Who are we surrendering ourselves to? Name, badge, and serial number. Maybe not that second bit, but...
My name is Warden Karen. I am of the
and
Council
rank.
of the Circle of Blades. And you are in the city of Sumara, unwanted guests. Unknown how you got here, and causing a scene.
Again, she brought us here. Make her an adult. She'll explain everything. She ate pixie dust.
We just need to dispel the pixie dust.
Fine. For now, hands behind your backs, please.
That's a bit excessive.
This is our city.
Fine. What was your name again? Warden...
Karen.
Warden Karen. We'll keep that one in mind.
Is that a K or a C or a... What alphabet do these guys use? Anyone know?
You speak Elvish, don't you?
It's really...
Rudimentary.
Just type it in.
Spoken, not.
True.
I'm going to say...
By the way,
Warden
I've been
Karen.
speaking in Elvish, not in Common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
this whole thing, everything I said, I was in Elvish, sorry.
All right. So you've kind of given up the game that you are an elf?
I understand
Or at
Elvish
least
is
you
all
know
I've
how to
given
speak
up.
Elvish. Yep.
Yes.
I think all of us speak Elvish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, who doesn't?
Well, I guess maybe in that case, the wardens were speaking Elvish the whole time as well. You guys just all understood it. So do you place your hands behind your back?
I guess so.
Beerus, you've been sort of chatting to this main guy. Do you want to chuck us an insight check out there as you guys all put your hands behind your back? As soon as your arms go behind your back, you just feel like a clamp as these enchanted steel braces just go flying from the saddlebags of the wyverns and clasp them in cuffs around your hands behind your back. 10
It's a
insight.
fine way you treat guests.
We do not know you are guests.
There is a passive of 19, but I don't know if that passive is always tricky with checks.
Yeah, why not? Let's go with the passive, eh? Kind of a younger dude. Like, he takes his job very seriously. Maybe touch nervous. Maybe he hasn't been on the job for super long. But he's disciplined. He's very professional. He hasn't like been overtly rude or hostile towards you. Just kind of professional, you know?
It hasn't been overtly hostile other than the fucking spear through Kai.
Ah, that was the other guy. And to be fair, you guys could be anyone, and a random dude comes into the city and starts casting magic. I don't know, man.
We made it over the bridge. We can't be that bad.
That's true.
There's a fair
And if
point.
we made it over the bridge and we were bad, then he's in a lot of shit because we're a lot more powerful than capable
That's
of doing
true.
it.
That's all the importance of that bridge was vastly.
Also, I have his name
overstated.
badge and serial number, so when the king comes into his own, that guy's scrubbing.
True.
Didn't give you the serial number.
All right. Karen will jump off his wyvern now that you guys are all bound, and he just sort of like pats it on the side, and it will take off, flap up into the air. The other two wardens will also fly and take off as well, and just begin circling in the air above you, as Karen starts to take you down through the city. Now feeling comfortable and confident as you are bound that he can lead you. And at one point, you might find, like, I don't know, you probably wouldn't necessarily, but if you were to try and maybe wander slightly off the path, you see he kind of like gestures with his hand, and you feel the bound braces like almost like drag you back into place. He leads you down into the city. It's a beautiful city, twisting streets, massive large spires, glass roofs, these like tower, like bridges that connect different parts of the city. So you go down through sort of a deep street that carves in between a couple of terraces, and you look up two massive tall buildings, and there's just a bridge made of starlight that just connects them. As you get down lower into the lower parts of the city, the big stone spire in the very center getting closer, you can see more detail on this beautiful citadel that's built on the top of it. Kind of you hear the sound of the waterfall crashing far off in the distance across the other side of the caldera from you, but looking down you can see the river sort of carving down into crevices beneath the city as you sort of look over an edge here or there. As you get lower down into the city, you pass from this sort of nice golden sort of buildings into much more sort of, I don't know how you'd say, like formal sort of buildings, a lot more esoteric sort of brick stonework, bricks made of like the still same very, very nice stone, almost like it was probably carved from the Shimmering Mountains themselves, but much more of a formal place. Banners of purple now seem to be hanging from here. You can see a very nice looking building, perhaps some sort of official building with a large, big emblazoned banner on the side of it, and a massive big circle with a weighted set of scales tilted to one side. He leads you down through the streets here and starts heading off towards the west, where you can see up on this side of the caldera, the western side of the caldera, massive, huge terraces that put the others to shame. Like someone had just come in with a knife and just hacked at the side of the mountain here, and carved deep terraces. Not unnaturally, they look natural, but massive rock formations. And he leads you in the direction. You can see there are a whole heap of buildings here, like sort of carved and growing out of the side of the mountain here, up along these terraces. Leads you up here into this part of the city. You start seeing emblems of the same sort of crest that the warden here wears on his chest, the vertical sword in a circle, as you see banners of red. Eventually leads you to a nice, clean, but severe hall here on one of the lower terraces. It's pristinely clean, very professional, but unadorned. Looks like it's just for business. Nice big stone floors. He takes you to a room with a long table, a couple of oil lamps around the side burning, which is kind of interesting. Oil lamps in a city like this. All good. Got that nice sort of, that rustic sort of smell. And he sits you down against the table, and up in the table. What do you say? At the table? Oh my god.
In the table.
In the table.
On the table, in the table, under the table.
DM,
Yeah.
That would be late.
question. Did
Absolutely.
he make Ayana handcuff herself as well?
No.
And is she still with us?
She's just sort of trailing along, yeah. But he's been keeping a close eye on her. It's like he possibly heeded the warning somewhat that maybe she's not who she appears to be and didn't want to do anything potentially untoward, but he has been keeping a close eye on her just in case. She's a little child. What could she possibly do anyway, right?
During our travel, I like the blood to trickle down my arm. I like to just drip blood every few meters, like splotches of blood on the ground.
Okay. You are you sort of like making a trail or something like that?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
because I didn't have time to patch the wound or anything. We just did handcuffs, so
Yeah.
it's been just dripping,
Guess you've been
dripping
dripping.
every few meters.
Someone needs to clean that up now.
Yeah, come on,
Exactly. That's the whole point.
desecrate their city. Oh,
Disgraceful.
Got
Well,
like
that's
a
how-
fucking spear and someone and not offering medical aid.
Mm.
Indeed, he sits you down at the table here. And I think he probably leaves the room momentarily. You hear a bit of a discussion happening outside, and he comes back in. A couple more wardens follow, who just sort of stand on either end of the room. He sits down across the table from you. He's got a sort of sketch pad, some parchment, and looks up at you. And first question is, how did you cross the Liars River?
Who's the
We
asking?
played chess.
Grumble let you
Grumble?
past.
Yeah.
He welcomed us.
We stuck around to play a few more games with him.
I want you guys to make a persuasion check. One of you can do it with advantage, or two of you can roll persuasion checks separately.
He doesn't have a face
But
anymore.
truth telling. Interesting.
Who just spoke just then? It was
Erendor.
I
And-
spoke.
Erendor and
And-
Berberus. They should roll one each.
Yep.
Mhm.
I am getting to the character sheet.
I love asking you guys for persuasion checks now that you don't have Valorant in the party.
Yep, as long as I said the party doesn't have a face. Deal with it.
All right. You see me, he writes something down, shakes his head slightly. And what is your purpose here?
Make Ayana an adult and you'll get all your answers. And I don't say anything else.
She got a face full of pixie dust. She needs to get unpixied.
Yes, Uncle Grumble told us to go see the Circle of Dawn to seek a healer to dispel the magic.
I've already sent for a healer from the Dawn. They should be here soon.
Well, then I'm not saying another word till she's an adult.
I guess we wait.
In the meantime, handcuffs are still behind her back. This is really uncomfortable.
And I'm still bleeding. Can I get patched up?
You aren't going to try
Dominoes.
anything again. You are fully surrounded here by many
I am
elite wardens.
handcuffed. I'm handcuffed. What can I do?
I
What could I
asked-
possibly do?
I ask, if I were to uncuff you, will you behave yourselves?
You
Sure.
said we're handcuffed and put into chairs, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I've swung my feet up and put them on the table already. I'm just ignoring. I'm completely ignoring him now.
Dondar is still smoking.
Just like that's just locked in. It's just there in his
What?
lips.
Wait, how are you smoking with your hands behind your back?
I have a mouth.
Holding it on his mouth.
Bro,
Okay.
he's got lips of steel. That jaw ain't letting go. He
Slowly.
We'll offer you assurance of security if you offer us assurance of security.
You see Karen's sort of professional composure just waver a little bit. Shakes his head slightly. Fine, okay. And he gestures with his hand and you just feel the clatter as all of the cuffs pop open and just go and just like line themselves up, stuck against the wall behind you.
Both hands behind my head. Just sitting there with my feet up on the table, hands behind my head.
And after that, I just roll my shoulders and a few good crunches.
Do you,
Um,
do you need some help
healing
with the shoulder
magic. Have you got a healer, or can we patch our own up?
there? If you're able to, go for it.
You
Okay.
said no yeah, I bust out my... I'm going to say I'm going to put my hand in my bag of holding and pull out my herbalism kit to patch this up, and I point to my shoulder.
You may.
He's
See,
not reaching for a gun.
that wasn't that hard, was it? All you had to do was announce your intentions.
I did. I said I'm going to cast a spell to show you what she looks like. And then you threw a spear at me.
Hey, it wasn't him.
I mean, well, they're
Sorry.
together.
It
Your group threw a spear at me.
So, as you do that, where did you come from the material plane?
Death stare.
Oh, now you're not being talkative.
This one
That's
only
all-
answer the questions.
That's above your pay grade. That's all I'm gonna say.
And you, and he turns to look at you, Rio. I don't recognize you. Yeah. This is your first time here?
Silence.
Hmm. You want to play that way
Rio's
then, eh? Look, I feel like I've been quite nice. I've released you from your binds. I'm leading you here, your ally here. You can give me something, can't you?
Yeah,
No,
Uncle Grumble.
not a word comes out.
I just say,
We arrived seeking help and were met with instant hostility and violence. The fact that we are giving you nothing is good for you.
I don't think you
Ray's
quite
sort of acting like a spoiled brat at the moment, so yeah.
I don't think you quite understand the position that you're in. Strangers appear at our city, unannounced. People from a different realm of existence who have no possible way of getting here.
If there's no possible way, then how are we here?
No
Precisely.
possible way.
How are
There's
you
an
here?
explanation.
I mean, the fact we
Because
walked
we're not
through
there.
the city is terrible for your security practices.
Oh, the security is quite fine. The only reason why you haven't already been killed is, I assume, because Grumble allowed you through. And we place some stock in his judgment. But that's not to say that we aren't going to question and try to understand every possible reason for what is going on here.
And you'll manage to understand every possible reason once Ayana gets the help that she needs.
Very well.
We're being a bit difficult, but you'll understand. We are under directions from someone who wields a great deal of power. That we should let them handle things.
So
There are need to know things that we do not need to know, and you definitely don't.
No, as far as we know, we don't know what he needs to know. We just
That
know
is
that
true.
we don't know that he needs to know that he doesn't need to know.
all right,
I think if he
smartass.
did know, then things would be quite difficult.
Riv.
Yeah.
Ayana's in the room with us, yeah?
Yeah, she's chilling.
Yeah, cool.
Chilling.
She's
I'm just watching. I'm just watching her, making sure she's okay.
she's stuck extremely close to you, basically, after you asked her to. So I think she's probably either on the chair next to you or standing at the table next to you, something like that.
Yep. I'm just watching her. Feet up.
So basically, if I'm to understand correctly, this child, Ayana, fairly common name here in our society, has taken you here somehow, has brought you to our city from somewhere else on the Feywild, somewhere else on the material plane.
Well,
She
yeah,
brought
we
you here.
walked over the river and we walked up the mountain.
I have an idea. But you got to tell your boys to keep their hands to themselves. Hands off their weapons.
Okay, proceed.
Ayana, you remember how you played games with Kai the other day?
Yeah.
Why don't you play the same game with him?
Do you reckon he'll enjoy it?
I think he'll love it.
The Karen's eyes sort of squint. What are you talking about? Ayana sort of
Oh,
hops up
we've
and she
played
starts
some
to
card games.
wander around the side of the table.
she's just a child. What can she do?
Yeah, she's just a kid. What can she do?
Okay, I'm gonna just get a luck roll on this. Someone roll me just a d20. If you go higher than a 10, then the Dawn Healer will arrive. If you go lower than a 10, they will not arrive.
Let's go low. Let's go low. Rio,
Like it's a
this is-
luck roll. We're lucky that she's going to turn up and we don't get one more shit.
Come
Or
on,
we
Rio.
could switch around. So do you want to go high or do you want to go low?
We'll go high.
All right, cool.
You
High
think-
for what does high mean?
Hides for the healer appears.
They will try to kill Ariana.
Okay, cool. JC, you roll it. What was your idea?
Yeah, it's your idea, dude. Let's go. Oh, yes!
Oh, man. Ayana just wanders around the side of the table. As she gets to the head of it, she does a little cartwheel and sort of like a little hop and a skip and chuckles. You see Karen's face like breaks for a moment as a little smile just hits the corner of his face. He sort of turns in his chair to face her as she wanders up, and she goes, "All right, put your hands out. This is going to be fun." And he puts his hands out, flat, facing her, and she reaches out, just one finger this time, and touches it, and just this like immediate massive force of power bubbles up from the tip of her finger and just blasts him across the room. Smashes into the side of the wall as this supercharged like 6th level thunder wave just like fires him across the room, smashes him into one of his other wardens. He gets up. What? How? He like dusts himself off. He realized immediately that he's actually not that hurt somehow. The child was able to direct the force in a way that just blew him rather than actually causing any permanent damage. But he gets up, draws his sword, enraged. He's like,
Put
What?
that back.
what games are you
security?
playing?
We told you the truth. She make her an adult, and it'll be explained.
You see, he he's frustrated now. He's been made the butt of a joke, maybe, or maybe you guys are evil assassins and this is your witch who's here to kill him or something. But now he's full suspicion mode again, whatever.
Warden Karen, that level of power in that body with that control.
The door
Does that
opens.
seem like a random elf to you?
Yeah, as you say that, the door to this room opens as Karen starts to approach. And at first, no one enters. And then you just hear like a little... There's a tiny little pixie comes on through. And like the other pixies, small little wings. This one appears to be, carrying a couple of large bags at her side. Unlike other pixies, this one's moving very, very slowly. And as they start to like very slowly meander their way into the room, she almost like dips a little bit as her wings starts to give out a bit. She looks a little bit tired. And she gets closer and you see she's ancient little pixie. She comes over and just like lands on the table and just sort of catches her breath. Oh, all right. Just someone called for me? What? How can I be of aid? And Karen, seeing her enter, puts his sword away over his shoulder and says, thank you. These guests say that this child has been afflicted by the gossamer dust. Is there anything you can do? The little pixie hops up, flies over to Ayana, and Ayana just sort of watches her come. And this ancient pixie just like immediately starts sort of inspecting her. She like grabs her nostrils, pulls them open, like looks up, grabs her ear, like has a little look around there, just very like matter of fact, very medical, just like kind of pulling her in different directions, trying to check what's going on. And Ayana's just sort of giggling a bit. She's finding it kind of funny. The pixie flies back and she's like, oh, yep, definitely gossamer dust. Good dosage by the looks of it. She was probably going to stay like this for a couple of months. Oh dear. All right, give me a moment. She lands down on the table. You see she starts rifling through her bags, pulls out a small little glass vial. To her hand, it's sort of like a decent sized potion. To you guys, it's a tiny, tiny little thing. You just pours it into a little bowl that she pulls out, starts mixing it. And immediately this big, like, foaming sort of dust starts to grow out of it. Sort of like, you'd make like a lava volcano or something like that out of baking soda. Starts to just billow up. She tries to gather up as much of it as she can in between her arms, flies over to Ayana again and just like blows it all over Ayana in it. Similar to the last gossamer dust that you saw, it just sort of sprinkles and lands on top of her. She leans back down on the table and you hear Karen say, thanks, Pip. Always can count on you. He's like, oh, no worries. Let's just see if it works first, okay? Yeah. A few moments go by. Ayana just sort of sneezes a little bit, takes a deep breath, looks at her hands, and kind of imperceptibly starts to grow taller again. her shorts, her hair is it was sort of short and cropped. As she starts to grow, her hair starts to grow long again, as you recall it from Ayana's original body. Long silvery hair that stretches down her back. She grows tall, her clothes grows with her, her glasses still on her face slide down her nose. And after just a few moments, you see Ayana Wynn standing in front of you again. She's kind of shaking her head a little bit confused. Oh. Gosh.
Welcome back.
Oh, boy. Dreadful headache. Just dreadful. Where are we? Did we make it to the city?
Yes, reception has been less than cordial.
I just gestured towards the guard, to what's his name? Kyan.
And Kai with the blood pouring out of his shoulder, or bandaged up.
Yeah, and you see Kyron at this stepping back. His face has gone pale. His eyes are wide, and his hands are almost up, as if he's like ready to surrender. And you see Ayana's eyes just sort of glance over and lock onto him, and she says, "Ah, Kyron, you've gotten taller. It seems your wits have grown duller." And Kyron, just ashen face, he's like, Lady Syndrosa? I didn't realize... Don't just stand there with your mouth open. How on earth did you not recognize me? I spent several years training you. And you just let this group wander in. You don't even question us at the gate and try to resolve the issue there. Outrageous. Pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry, my Lady Syndrosa. I was just doing what I thought was best, you know? She starts wandering towards him. He starts to like cower, shrink inside his armor.
Okay, he did give us assurance of security and returned the same, so try not to hurt him too much.
She reaches out, places her hand on her shoulder. This group is under my protection. They are not prisoners. Now, be a good lad. Run along, give us some privacy, and maybe bring back some wine. I've been an 8-year-old for nearly 12 hours, 24 hours maybe. I need some wine. Karen's like, yes, of course, my lady. I'm sorry. Again, absolutely mortified. I'm sorry. He starts to turn. And she's like, Karen, how's your father? Really all right? Still growing those awful root vegetables on his terrace? He stops, looks back, and a little bit of a wry grin across his face. Yeah, can't get the old codger away from it, to be honest. How did you get back, my lady? She's just like, it's a story for another day, I'm afraid, Karen. Not one for you today, I'm afraid. Of course, my lady. I'll be right back with that wine. And he heads out, and he looks very seriously at the other two wardens who are in the room, gestures with his head, and they follow out after him as well.
I'm gonna ask the little pixie for some healing, if I may.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, don't mind me. Everyone forgets about me. I'm just sitting here, minding my own business. All right. She comes over and just does a cure wounds on you at like 6th level or something, and immediately you heal a bunch and the wound closes over.
Well, thank you so much. And I think, what was your name?
Me? Oh, I'm Elder Pip Glimmermoss. Circle of Dawn.
Elder?
Aye?
Okay. Amazing. I'd like to come by sometime to see what type of healing you guys do and other things.
What do you mean by elder? Do I not look like an elder to you? She flies up right directly in front of your face, accusingly pointing finger at your nose.
But you're so tiny and cute.
Cute? What are you calling cute, young man? I've been alive more years than you could possibly imagine. I was probably here healing people before your grandparents were even born.
Take it as a compliment, okay?
I'm too tired for this.
My apologies, my lady. Thank you for helping him.
All right, of course. You all have a good day, won't you? It's good to see you again, Ayana. Hi, Pip. If I could ask a favor of you, Pip. Of course, my lady. don't tell anyone you saw me if that's all right. At least not for a couple of days. Oh, all right. Lips are sealed. Well, I'll be on my way then. Have a good rest of your day. And she flies out of the room.
You too.
Thank you.
Ayana just like collapses into the chair, rubbing her temples. Oh, God, that headache. If that wine gets here soon.
I passed her my water skin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rio.
I assume my water skin.
How long did it take? How long did it take to get here?
Probably about a real world day or so, maybe 2.
It felt like a day.
I didn't do anything too disastrous, did I?
What do you remember?
Oh, gosh, not much. The memories are very confusing. Memories of a child. The world is taken in a very different way. It is still me, but it's not in a way. It's almost like can't access my actual memories, can't access my actual personality.
Okay. I just look at her, look at Kai, and go, you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you had fun.
Okay, maybe I won't ask what you mean by that. But I guess we made it. And the hard part is over. The harder part begins. City politics. Going to be very interesting. And I will... Mostly you, Rio, but I will need you all to be paying attention, very sharp. The wrong word here could tilt everything in the wrong way.
I have a feeling our presence will complicate things, but in there's also advantage.
I imagine word has already spread of this mysterious group that has arrived at the city gates. There's not much we can do about that, but keeping myself covered is going to be essential. There's a lot you don't know. My being here is going to cause complications. You being here is going to cause even more complications, as she points at you, Rio.
Speaking of gates, the gates were open. There was no one there.
There was no gates.
Oh, there was no gates. It was just an archway.
What need is there for a city like this for protection?
Isn't there random stuff in the wild that could wander in?
They have to get past the river, and they have to get past the annihilators.
Ah, very well. You didn't give us much to go on before you ate a fistful of dust.
I didn't have a lot of time, sorry. I was hoping to explain everything along the way, but time apparently was taken from us.
Speaking of the Annihilators, Uncle Grumble has quite that interesting game.
He's wonderful, isn't he? Did you beat him, or did he get the best of you?
He got annihilated.
Multiple times.
Yes, he likes to play tricks on people. Did he tell you that he was going to eat your souls if you lost?
Sure did.
He's a cheeky blighter. He's harmless, really. I've known him most of my life, actually. He was here long before I was. And that's saying something. I'm a bit of an old hag, but
I think he does a good job of appearing harmless.
Indeed, Biberus. You don't want to get on his bad side. But
They're not called the Annihilators for no good reason.
precisely. But if you are of just mind, and he judges you so, there shouldn't be any problems. Harmless as a teddy bear. Well, tonight, and then the door opens again, and Karen comes in, like nodding, couple of glasses of wine, bottle of wine. Here you go, my lady. He's like, oh, thank you. Karen, do you mind keeping it on the down low that you've seen me, by the way? Just when you make your report, say that there was some group from some other court in the Feywild, these people have been here for generations, and there's a secret tribe of material plane mortals living here. I don't know. Make something good. You won't need to hold the lie for long. I'm sure everything will be revealed soon, but in the short term, we need to keep this under wraps, if that's all right. Of course, my lady. It's good to see you again. Yes, Karen, I know. All right, look, I'll talk to you later. All right, go on. And he gets out. Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to call for a confluence tonight. A confluence of the circles. Doesn't mean much to you, does it? Right. Quick history lesson of the city. There are 7 circles of society. These govern the different aspects of our life here. Each circle holds, in theory, equal power over the governing body, and the royal line, she at this looks at you, Rio, generally tend to stay out of politics unless absolutely necessary. They would attend and govern, but not enforce any particular ruling. They are the Circle of the Weave, the ones who own the arcane and the magic. They are the Circle of the Blade. These are the military defense, the border patrols. You met Karen here. In fact, we are currently in the Iron Sword Canton, the section of the city dedicated to the Circle of the Blade. We have the Circle of the Dawn. You would have passed through the Luminary Canton on the way here. They are responsible for medicine, healing, restoration. Then, of course, across the way on the northern bank, you would have seen the waterfall that carves through the Circle of the Scroll, the Nemorian Canton. They're in charge of maintaining our archives, our history, prophecies of the future. Then, of course, the Circle of Scales, the Adjudicants Canton. You have the Circle of the Loom from the Fundament Canton, and the Circle of the Root. They're in charge of law and diplomacy, construction, artifice, and the Druidic stewardship of our agriculture, respectively. A confluence is a joining of all of the circles. You may have noticed a few buildings floating on your way. There is a prime building in each of the cantons, the headquarters, as you will, of each circle. When a confluence is called, they will lift off from their canton and float across the city to form the confluence above the Royal Citadel in the center. They join themselves there, and the council will begin. This is the great confluence of the 7 circles. I will be calling for one of these tonight so that we may present our case, and unless there is anything else that you can imagine that you may want to bring up, I suggest we keep it to topic. Number 1, the threat of the Empire and the underlying crimson shadow behind it. And number 2, yourself, Rio. How do you want to play this?
Man, I still don't believe what's going on.
Better believe it.
Majesty.
You better believe it, Dorothy, because you are rolling down this rabbit hole.
Isn't it Alice?
What do you mean?
Who's
That was
Dorothy?
a wonderful mashup. I love it.
Let's roll with it, bro. I'm not a big fairy tale person in real life, but there you go.
I've heard of mixed metaphors. That was mixed memes.
Yeah, I got it, but it was good.
Can
Holy shit.
Dunda roll a history check?
That's
Like,
canon
what are
now.
you talking about?
Oh my god. Yep.
Alice in Wonderland and
No, I know that.
Wizard of Oz, and then a little bit of Matrix sprinkled on
That
top.
doesn't mean anything in this world.
Yeah, it's a super well-known fairy tale.
Yeah, it's
all
in
about,
the D&D world.
it's well known in this world in Orlandis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm apparently some royal someone that got dumped in the dark wood with his memories wiped. That's what you're telling me.
You aren't just someone, Rio. You must be, and it was confirmed when you were able to activate the engine back in Ithilmara. You are the direct child of Ratha and Renaya Silmara. You are the only remaining heir to the Silmara bloodline.
Can you say those names again? Ratha and...
Oh, you don't know your parents, of course. It's so sad. They were wonderful people, close friends of mine actually. Your father, Ratha, and your mother, Renaya. What type of you? Renaya.
Renaya Twain.
Yeah, I'm actually making notes for a change.
Oh, 'Cause, 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 They were wonderful. They sacrificed everything for our people when the Empire rose. This would have been about a century ago. As you may have come together, one doesn't just simply traverse the planes of existence. I believe that is why you would have found such concern and shock at your existence here. Humans don't just appear in the Feywild. We have strict laws that planar travel is forbidden. Due to the millennia ago, at the time of the Shattering, as you recall, I told you recently, the boundaries between the planes are weakened, and the fear is that too much planar travel may weaken them even more, and so it is strictly forbidden. When the Empire rose, your family, your parents, opened the way with the portal engine in Ithilmara. There are a couple of others spread around the world as well. That was the one we used. We were able to get our people through safely because this engine is very special. It transcends planar travel. It taps into the very essence of the world tree itself and allows travel without needing to pass through the boundaries of the planes. And so you could imagine you all appearing here. Everyone would have assumed wizards, warlocks who can breach planar travel and have just appeared on their doorstep. It's either a crime or it is something malicious. Unfortunately, it's something completely different.
A malicious crime?
It is hope. It is wonderful. The fact that we are here at all is absolutely wonderful because you were the last hope for the elves ever potentially returning to Elandis. Because now you can open the engine again. And more. There is so much more for you to learn, but I honestly don't even know where to start. I assume you had questions about your parents? You must have many questions. We can talk as we go, but hang on, sorry, just give me a moment. I need to send a message to someone to call for the confluence. She stands up, walks over to the corner of the room, and you see she traces some purple symbols in the air. Eyes flash. Actually, you've seen her do this before. She appears to be casting a sending spell. Hear her murmuring under her voice. It waits a moment and she gets the response. Wanders back over to the table and just lets out a deep sigh. Oh, well, this is going to be interesting, I think. She said she's going to try. If possible, it will be tonight at moonrise. Gives us a bit of time. You feel like exploring the city? I can answer any questions you have and show you about if you like. Just before moonrise, though, we'll head over to the Etherean Canton. See my friend.
Could we get some clothes to blend in with the locals? I feel like we stand out way too much.
Sure, do you feel like going shopping?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about the city, but it does look very cool.
It's wonderful. We can go buy some clothes. We get a drink. I haven't been here in nearly 4 decades. I would love to get a drink. See if old Fading Stars Tavern is still the same as it used to be. I wonder if Torgrin's there. Yeah, interesting.
Do you have elvish weed?
Well, I'm sure we can find some. I could find you some fungal weed. Feel like trying that, dwarf?
Always.
Wow, you're in the right place.
There is the small problem of us not looking like elves, and I'm sure word is getting around, but do you want to noise it up?
Sure. You know what? Give me a moment. She stands, sort of grips her hands into the air. See, she's straining a little bit as she appears to be channeling more powerful magic than usual. Symbols appear. She grabs them, twists them, turns them, and pushes them in, almost like pressing a button. And you feel magic start to circle in the room around you. And kind of a moment goes by and you look and you all sort of start to change. Your features change. Even your weapons and armor change. Until you look like just pretty sensible, well-dressed elves. As she casts the spell Seeming. Which will last for, I believe, 8 hours. And allows you to look however she likes.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a big mass illusion spell.
Yeah.
Dondar looks at Rio. Am I pretty now?
Wait, I look at Dondar. Do I see a short elf? Like a really short elf?
Seeming changes the height a little bit. I believe it lets you adjust a few feet up and down.
Please make him a child. Please make him a child.
Yeah. Is he a child elf? Like a really stout child elf?
And she looks
Up
over
to
to you.
up to 1 foot. It's
Yeah.
not enough.
She looks over to you, Donda. What do you reckon? Do you want to be a slightly shorter adult elf, or do you want to be a child?
What's the difference?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's whatever you look like. It's not going to physically change you. It's just an illusion.
I want to be tall.
I can make you a little bit taller.
See what it looks like to look down on people.
But it won't actually affect what you look like. It'll still be you. And if you were to walk up to someone and they were to touch your head, their hand would go straight through it.
Well, luckily, that is a very rude thing to do.
Indeed. All right. So you want to be a little bit taller?
Sure.
All right. She waves her hand and your form adjusts as you grow slightly more. All right. Shall we hit the city then?
Yeah, let's go shopping.
All right. Let's take a break there. And we shall explore the city when we get back. You know what? I might throw this up. Just so I can give you a slight visual of what I've sort of... No, not that one. This one.
Snip.
Quick, who took a screenshot?
Screenshot.
Alt-tabbed for that one, of course.
Just a cheeky, cute little visual of what I'm imagining.
Oh, that's
all right.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's take a
Wow.
15-minute break, eh? Come back at 25 to... or should we go 20 minutes so that you have enough time to make your noms death mouse?
Yeah, 15 should be enough.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Come back in 15
Not
minutes.
a big believer in handrails, are they?
It's Magic City. It's a Magic City. You don't need handrails.
Yeah. Nice. All right, cool. Catch you guys in a bit, eh?
Sure.
We got a shit ton.
All right, we're live, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I gave you a bunch recently. I'll leave that.
Yeah,
let me-
we've got 2,000 plat in the bag of holding.
Yeah, bag of holding. I put a bunch of plat.
Oh, the
in
bag
there.
of holding's got a shit ton as well.
Yeah, bag of holding has 2,000 plats, 235 gold, and 30 silver.
It's really surprising that a cut purse hasn't managed to nick that from us yet.
Oh no, I've been.
Say that.
These are elves. They're meant to be honorable.
Mate, that's trapped underneath my clothing.
There were a couple
Like,
of
that's
shifty
the-
looking mushroom men looking your way before.
I bet they
Question
can see
is,
right
this
through
is
that
the
bag of holding.
Fey realm. What use does the Fey realm have for gold?
Yeah, it is an interesting.
Well, it's not just gold. They'll be looking at those necklaces made of goblin ears and all the other gruesome...
What's around
trophies.
Rio's
We
neck?
handed those in years ago.
No, they're in the bag of holding, aren't they?
I thought
No,
Rio
we had to hand them in to
collected
get paid.
All right. Anyway, so there's going to be a few hours, maybe 3 or 4, 5-ish hours until the moon rises, which is when your meeting is set for. So you have some time to explore the city. There's a number of options. I think, honestly, Ayana probably just wants to go and check out a few places herself. So she's just wandering around, checking things out. And anything you guys want to ask as well, if there's any follow-up questions you have about what you've learned so far, she's happy to chat. In particular, Rio, if there's anything you wanted to ask about what she knew of your parents or what she thinks might have happened to them, we can go into that. Or, yeah. What do you reckon? Otherwise...
I guess I'd go with her to the tavern to talk to her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that then. Otherwise, as she's sort of leading you through, I think she probably takes you down to look at the central citadel, just so you can kind of see it from a distance. She points it out to you and just kind of leaves it in the open, like it's kind of your home now, technically speaking. Yeah, and she points out, so it's perched on the Heartstone, which is the spire of white stone, naturally looking sort of natural formation, with the royal citadel built up on top of it, on the pinnacle of it. And so as you kind of came down to the central part of the city, she points out that you left the one of the cantons and arrived at the Heartstone Commons, where it's this big wide civic area around the base of the Citadel's pinnacle itself. There are lots of ancient trees here and fountains. There are big open plazas. It's open to the commons. There's no sort of governing body here. Yeah, she's kind of pointing out. She kind of gestures to the different parts of the city and highlights the different sections, the different circles, and who governs which part. And you start to build up this picture in your mind of where all the different circles are. And so I sketched that for you so you can have a bit of a look, because lots of names and confusing. So this is roughly what it looks like in terms of the sections. Feel free to have a little read. So obviously the Circle of the Weave, they are about the magic. I'll just sort of rattle down. The Blade is military and defense, of course. You've got healing and medicine, the Dawn. The Scales are the law and diplomacy, dispute resolution. The Loom is all about architecture and construction, infrastructure. The Root, they are stewardship of the nature, the druids, the agriculture. And the Scroll is the law. The Scroll is the history, the archives, the prophecy. Yeah. So you guys came down here through the Luminary, which is the Luminary Canton, Circle of the Dawn. past through the Judicants Canton and over to Ironsward. And then just sort of the Ironsward is built up on these massive terraces at the far northern end of the valley here, the caldera. You can see there's just a sheer rock face, and the waterfall is breaching through it itself and sort of carving down this big groove in the middle of the rock face. And the Nemorian Canton is built into the rock face itself. You can see structures sort of jutting out of it. There are like steps that are built into it and sort of winds their way around. Yeah. She points out some of the buildings. So she points to a couple of the floating buildings. There are a few at the moment, sort of currently flying in the sky. They would be, I think the main ones you see would be that big crystal sphere that you saw, the Locus Arcanum. She points out this is the capital building of the Circle of the Weave. There is the Luminarium, the Circle of the Dawn. It's a glass and copper, large conservatory-like building with a big domed roof. Capital building of the Luminary, the central location of healing, and that squat angular fortress that you saw floating on a chunk of rock as well. You can see there it's got like archery slits that are sort of glowing slightly red. This is the Palisade Eternal, the capital of the Circle of the Blades. And I think there might be also one other building floating as well. There are a few at this point. A large, tall tower, deep indigo stone. It almost seems to like absorb light rather than reflect it. Tall stone, quite symmetrical looking tower, big large crystal lens on the top that's just sort of rotating, spinning around. It points out that this is the Oraculum, the capital building of the Circle of the Scrolls. In this, you can see there's like a massive big groove in the far cliff face where you can imagine it goes in, docks into and just slots nicely into spot. Yeah. As you're sort of traveling around at one point, you notice that the Locus Arcanum starts to float over and head back towards the Etherian Canton, seemingly like it's looking like it's going to dock again, perhaps. And maybe at one point, another building you see start to rise. The whole city almost shakes a little bit as one of these takes off. So, yeah, the Justicium pops up out of the Judicants Canton and starts to rise into the air as well. In terms of shopping and stuff that you want to do, what would you guys like to go and look at? I think Ayana will eventually lead you through to a place called the Fading Stars Tavern. But are there any provisions you want to stock up on? You could stop somewhere in one of the markets in the Heartstone Commons, or you could go and see a local expert craftsman. You could go and see a history store, a magic store. What are you feeling?
We want to buy power because we play D&D.
Should we head over to the blacksmith?
Sure.
Ironweave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you start heading there, Ayana lets you know that this, she knows the guy here, Ferrithus, old friend of hers. He is a specialty for working with Feywild metals, and so she says that you might want to actually have a bit of a look at some of these, because some of the weapons that he can craft here have special Fey effects. Potentially unpredictable, but potentially interesting. Yeah. So this is in the Fundament Canton, over in the Circle of the Loom on the far side. The big waterfall crashing down nearby. There's a carving down through the canton itself of the river that comes from the base of the waterfall. You follow a neat little road up the side of it, branch in, and you find a sensible, modest sort of a store that's just built up as the mountain sort of starts to rise up towards this cliff face, made of really nice white stone, as the rest of the buildings are. You hear the sound of metal being worked, clanging away, and you pop inside. You can see there's a quiet, lean elf who's just currently at the back of the store working on folding some metals at the moment that are glowing white hot. Kind of looks over, see you walk in, and yeah. I think if you feel like it, we can sort of skip some of the conversation if you like, unless there's anything specific you want to ask him. But think he initially starts kind of a little bit suspicious, as you all appear to be new people that he hasn't seen before. But as you have got seeming, nothing particularly surprising, because, yeah, as far as he's concerned, you just look like a group of elves, and Ayana stays to the back. Just kind of doesn't say anything, just sort of watches. There are a bunch of really nice looking weapons here. Anything basically you can imagine, except they're all made from different types of metal. So there's like a kind of faintly luminescent iron, slightly warm to the touch. You can see this like wooden metal hybrid sort of construction for certain things. You can see silvery grey sort of metal that's quite cold to touch. It's kind of glowing sort of with moonlight. Yeah. What do you reckon? Any sort of weapons you might be interested in buying?
I would like to ask Ayana, what do we use as currency around here? But this is like while we're walking up.
Yeah, valuables are mostly what people trade. This tend to lean on a bartering society, so if you have valuables, they'll look to trade them. But they do accept gold because, as you know, the people here, we were from the material plane not long ago. We have or at least say we used to have a fairly frequent journey back and forth between the material and the Fey realm, and so they will take gold as well.
So is gold common, or is it more valuable here since the elves haven't been back to the material plane in some time?
It's kind of about as common as you'd expect, to be honest. It's used in most places for trade.
Okay. At least we're not poor.
Can I buy a circlet?
Yeah, like to wear around the head, you mean?
Yeah, around the heads. To cover my my jewel.
Yeah.
My wizard jewel.
Yeah, your runes are.
My runes are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he probably. So first of all, he wouldn't have anything on hand because he kind of specializes more in weapons and armor. But he could definitely craft one for you, so it might take a day or so. You would have to measure your head, and currently you look like a elf with a lean.
That's awkward.
Yeah. So. What do you reckon? Would you want to drop?
Would he be shocked at a magic trick? That the lady herself?
I don't know. You have to say yes.
Yeah, sure. Let's try.
So you ask Ayana to drop it?
Yeah.
She's just like, you sure, Donda?
Do you think it's safe?
Question is, can you ask seeming again?
Do you have a cloak or a robe that you could wear to chuck the hood up after we leave the store?
I do, but I'm sick of being tall.
All right.
He does have a cloak, but you should not wear that cloak.
Definitely shouldn't wear that cloak.
That's true. He's got that black one.
It's a lovely cloak.
It is.
Maybe you need to buy another one.
Makes my ass look big.
Yeah.
I thought it was rather slimming.
She just waves her hand and is able to cancel the seeming spell on just you, Donda. And so you appear. And, I think you've given the guy a bit of warning, so he's not super shocked, but he, eyes go wide and a little bit surprised.
It's a fey trick. It's a fey trick.
Right.
He's not really a dwarf.
Yeah.
Where once was a tall, handsome, fair elf, there is now a stout, bald, bearded dwarf.
All right, well, bring that stout, board-bearded dwarf head over here, and let me give it a little measurement. And he pulls out some twine and some little bits of charcoal to take down some measurements on a bit of parchment. Wraps it around your head, takes a few measurements, and he's like, all right, yeah, I should be able to make something. So you're just looking for something to cover up this here runezar, I imagine, yeah?
Cover up, yes, but also look elegant. Elegant, but fairly plain.
You want it to look like sort of an embellished crown or anything like that? on the down low.
Maybe not a crown.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how a circlet could not look like a crown, but
No points.
Just a fancy headband.
yeah, fancy headband.
Yeah, how about we have it strapped in with some nice leather. I could even get a little bit of the hardwood bound construction to give it a little bit of a flair. It ends up being more of a headband than a circlet.
Like a tiara, I whisper to Ferrithus. Like a tiara.
Don't think the tiara would quite suit our friend here.
We know that.
Something to complement my bald head.
All right. Cool. Why don't you come back tomorrow? See, I've got a few ideas actually of what I could do here. I'll let you guys know. I don't create magical weapons, but the Fey metal that we have has interesting properties, and I can't always predict what it's going to do. Sometimes it might be simply hardier and stronger than any sort of steel that you could possibly imagine, or sometimes something else entirely. Maybe it will glow, or maybe it will float with a command. Unsure. It's always a surprise, and it's always different with every user. So, guess we shall see.
My
when you
ears
return.
perk up. That's really cool. Could you be able to make me some sort of thin metallic mask with maybe some antlers?
Ooh, that sounds a bit more tricky. You want a full face mask?
No, just half face up to my nose, resembling like something like a deer.
Okay, just to like cover the lower half of your jaw and in the mouth. And
the upper half of my face, revealing my jaw.
Okay. All right, a little bit more tricky. Let's see. Goes to take measurements of you. I assume this isn't what you look like either.
Not quite, but close enough.
He looks over at the woman standing at the back who apparently could control the illusion and cocks an eyebrow. And Ayana just looks at you.
Our proportions are roughly the same. It's just a mask.
All right. He reaches forward and starts touching, and clearly the face doesn't quite match what he's touching. It's not like perfectly one-to-one. It's probably a little bit weird for him to be touching a face that his fingers like slide into it a little bit, but does his best, takes a few measurements and says, all right, gosh, I'm going to be busy tomorrow. This one's probably going to be a bit more pricey than the headband, but I think I should be able to make something good.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. All right, anyone else?
So, any bows or swords or shields on the wall?
There are a couple of swords. Bows aren't my thing, unfortunately, but if you've got a new sword that you're looking to replace, or shields, I can certainly do that.
Tell me what you got in shields.
Plenty. There's a couple of like excellently crafted wood and metal hybrid construction. He says this one is made of heartbound wood with a inlay of moon-quenched steel. You pick it up and it's sort of lighter than it looks somehow. Feels nice and sturdy and hard though. There's a bunch that look kind of similar with different designs.
Should they have interesting effects? Is any of these got interesting effects? How did your dice roll?
They all have interesting effects and very unpredictable. It's probably got a dice roll.
Okay. We don't get to know before we buy it.
I don't decide. The Fae decides on its own when the user bonds with it.
This one does this glow at night, or
The shield?
does it glow in the dark?
Do you want it
You
to?
said it's moon touched.
Yeah. It potentially it will. If that's what it decides to do, it maybe will glow in the dark.
So you have absolutely no idea. Okay.
How much are you charging for these shields?
Well, what do you have to trade?
personally don't have much because I am a new character. I have not collected things. But material
swords.
gold is always a possibility.
We can do gold. So you're both looking to buy a shield, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Or a sword. You seem to like your swords, Rio.
Yeah, I don't mind the sword. You know what I prefer.
I know. I look at your back. You got this majestic longbow.
I'm assuming the bow's not even there at the moment. I don't know what Iana's done.
Where have you put it?
She can hide with the spell. Can hide all your weapons and make other things.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Like we could have no weapons visible at the moment. We haven't asked.
I imagine it's not complicated. We'd look like ourselves, but as elves.
I think as part of the illusion, she stripped you of all your weapons because she wanted you to look like you just sort of fit in.
Yep. Would look kind of odd if we were armed around the city.
All right.
Let's say we're trading in gold. What would one of these shields set me back?
These are delightful shields. I'd probably part with it for 1,000 each.
That's a bit steep. What about, especially when we don't know what they're going to do? I'm a fan of gambling. Here's an alternative option. And I'll reach into the bag of holding and I'll pull out a set of normal plate armor.
Ooh.
When was the last time you dealt with material metal?
Ooh, bring that puppy over here. Wow.
Not as exciting, but sometimes the simplicity of reality has its benefits.
Yeah. This is ugly, but kind of beautiful in its simplistic way, don't you think? Gosh, it's very practical as well, isn't it? This human make by the looks. Was this crafted for you?
No, but it's something we've picked up a long time.
Fascinating, actually. It could be a bit of an interesting puzzle. I could probably see if I could work some Fey into it. Maybe. Oh, that would be interesting. All right. So, what do you say you chuck another 500 gold on top, and we part with this plate?
Plate, and I reach in and I pull out a breastplate.
Honestly, I thought before you were going to say you're going to pull out the evil.
No, I wasn't going to pull out the Dread's
longsword.
Hunger. I'm not that insane.
Dread's Hunger.
Holy shit.
No, the one of those. Where'd it go? There was an item at the bottom of this thing. It's not there at the moment.
No, we used it.
We used that, did we? Okay.
Yeah. Are you talking about the head of the?
Yes.
I used that up. That's why I deleted it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. How much are breastplates? Breastplates like 50 gold or something, eh?
To buy, they're like 400, I think.
Yeah, it says 400 in the.
It's rare.
Oh,
bag
yeah,
around
sorry. I
these
was thinking chain. Yeah.
Basically, a third of the plate in value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Good, solid, real metal. How often do you see good, solid, real metal?
Indeed.
From the material plane.
All right. Yeah, I mean, plate and breastplate. Probably kind of fascinating. I think part of this is that he's quite interested in seeing what he can do with
That's
it.
the idea.
Yep. Mixing in some of the Fey metal with the material. Okay. All right. I think he's happy to make the trade. And so you were both after a shield each, right?
Yep.
All right.
Contemplating a shield, yeah.
I was.
I'm contemplating a shield, yeah.
Okay. Well, so the plate and the breastplate is enough for 2 shields.
Are these 2 shields different? Like they got made it.
There'll be dice roll when we grab them.
When you attune to them.
Yeah. Something like that. Rio, is that all good with you as well? You want a shield?
Yeah, that's all good for me. I'll reach to where my shield should be and go to pick it up if I'm able to grab it. I'm assuming it's there. It just can't be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll put my old shield on the table and go, I'll throw this one in for you as well. See if you can work something into this one. Sorry, it's a bit banged up.
Yeah, he kind of holds it up at arm's length. Looks very used. Yeah. Must have an interesting line of work, your life.
It has saved me many a time.
Well, that makes it all the more valuable, doesn't it? You sure you want to part with it?
Oh, yeah, why not? I mean, it's probably still got like 6 arrows sticking out from outside of the citadel.
Like bolts and stuff, yeah. All right.
Character.
You can each take a shield, and I will leave it up to you guys to decide what they look like. I imagine he's probably got a few dozen or so just up against the wall, different shapes and sizes, so feel free to imagine what it looks like yourselves. So the...
Woody.
What's that?
One was gnarly and woody.
Yeah, well, I mean, cool.
Thrilled.
That works. It's made of heartbound wood, or heartwood bound, rather.
Yeah, I'll go with the moonlit one that you were describing.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so...
Do you want us to drag anything specific on, or you'll add something later?
I'll have to make it for you. I don't have items for them yet because you're going to need to roll, and I haven't made one for everyone. Let me just double check.
And we have just gifted an elven blacksmith in the Fae with true iron.
Yeah.
Not that we know if iron does anything special to Fae, but...
Is our breastplate's iron? That's steel.
Steel is just...
Steel is iron still.
It's like alloy.
It's just
isn't it?
it's an alloy of iron.
Steel is just, iron with a good carbon ratio.
Yeah, it's carbon to make it stronger.
If you get into stainless, then you're adding other stuff to it, but it is typically just iron and carbon.
Yeah.
As opposed to pig iron.
All right, cool. So I want one of you to roll a d6.
So your roll.
The roll is a d6, and whoever wants to go first, go for it. So I think basically what he says is he encourages you to go out into the back or something and have a bit of a play with it. Maybe you guys have a bit of a sparring session. Cool. All right. So a 2. Ah, very nice. So this...
Tell me when to roll.
Do you want me to explain Berberus's one first, or do you want to roll your one?
Yes, go. Sorry.
Yeah. So this, as you start to use it, you find it's kind of a bit of a gnarly looking shield. It turns out that it has got root memory within the heartwood here. As you use it, you actually notice the shield starts to almost move and grow on its own. The effect of it is that the first time you drop below half HP in combat, the vines are going to like burst out of the shield and entrap an attacker, the attacker that has kind of caused it to you. They need to make a DC 13 strength save, and they'll be restrained until the end of their turn. They fail.
Handy.
And that just happens. It's no action, no reaction. It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll write it up for you and give you an item for it on the next session.
That is wonderful and thematic. I am a fan.
Yeah, Rio, go for it. You roll yours. And you know what? That's like literally that was number 2 on the list. It's quite neat how that happened to him. 5.
Something different.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, this one's cool. So this one, it appears to have a living memory. So you notice at one point, maybe when you're fighting with Berberus here, maybe he gets a good smack against your shield with his staff or something, and it clatters off your wrists. As soon as it sort of clatters away, it immediately goes and like smashes back into your arm, perfectly slots back into place. It's essentially like Captain America's shield. It will always return back to you if you ever drop it or you get disarmed or you throw it or something like that. It will always return to you.
Cool. I lost a shield in a separate campaign doing exactly that. That was a +1 shield too.
Like throwing it at things?
No, I dropped it and swapped weapons, and then we had to run, and I was like, I never picked that shield up.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. Cool. Very good. Alrighty, shall we move on? Oh boy. Boy.
While they are out back having their little sparring session, I would like to inquire about a fey metal construction nail.
Okay. All right. I think he can probably do that quite easily, although very... Like, are you sure? This metal is very valuable, very difficult to come by. Are you sure you want a nail?
I do. I am certain.
All right. Well, give me half an hour. 200 gold.
It's yours.
All right. He takes it, and yeah, I guess as the lads out back aspiring, he just slices off a slither of starlit metal and gets to making it into a starfall metal. Gets to make it into a nail. Is there anything you want it to look like? Any particular shape?
No,
Pull
it's
out
just
your rusty one.
Yeah. Get a replica.
Yep. Okay, yeah. I'll give him Rusty Nail the second.
Okay.
Maybe if
and
you
I'll
want
give
to
him
get
two.
fancy, you can forge them together.
Oh,
Twist them.
something.
Twist the rusty nail and the fey one.
Oh, yes.
Hey, I mean, your gold. I'll completely leave it up to you. Full narrative control. You can make this nail however you want to make it.
Rusty
Hey.
nailed the second.
Honestly, I love that idea. If he can blend the two of them, be that through twisting them together into a single nail or however he needs to.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to write a description for it however you like. You can name that however you like. You can add that item to your list. And I think there might be a roll to see what it does the first time you use it. I will be honest, I haven't written a roll table for Fey Nail, but I will. I promise I will write a roll table. I'll write it on my notes to come up with something.
Wonderful.
The first time you hammer it, just nuclear explosion. Amazing. All right.
It instantly rusts whatever it gets hit into,
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Oh, God,
regardless of the material.
Yeah.
what would that do to blood?
I mean, there is all sorts of things with like fey arrows and fey metal pricks being super poisonous. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of arrows, does he have arrows?
Fey metal ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not. Or if he didn't have any on hand, he could probably make a handful. How many are you looking for? I think he'd probably say that, like, doesn't like to waste that sort of precious metal on arrows as a sort of dispendable resource. But he could make some for you.
If they can return like the shield, that'd be amazing.
It is a cool idea, actually.
Or if I could just salvage them at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
But can you imagine, Rio? If you shot the arrow at an enemy, damages them, and then it comes back to you.
I think there is an item in the game already that does that. Or it's a spell I can cast.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be like level 17 or something stupid for it.
This doesn't require a spell. It just does it. It just does it.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to get a couple of arrows?
How much for half a dozen?
Oh, they're going to be pricey, dude. The nail is like 200 gold, so it's probably close to 200 per arrow.
200 times 6.
Maybe a bit more than 200.
1,200.
I'll pass.
All right. You get to roll every time you shoot one of these guys, so it'll be pretty fun.
I could always find it for your ear. I can do locate object.
Can I request an additional object?
Yeah? Theory?
I would like a hairpin.
A hairpin?
A hairpin.
Made from Starfall iron?
Yes, please.
All right.
Something elegant.
Mm-hmm. Sort of like a pin that someone might use to type the hair or something like that.
Thunder doesn't do any hair.
Something you'd put through a bun or yeah. And I would like an engraving.
Okay. I think, once again, full narrative control. I think you can probably chat with them about it. This isn't going to take too long, but if there's, special flares like an engraving, then perhaps pick it up tomorrow when you come for your headband.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be probably 200 gold again, similarly to the others.
Excellent.
Cool. I'll let you think about how you want it to look and what you want to do with it. Can help you design it.
It's a beard pin, right?
Who knows? Who knows? All right, are we done with the Fey metal?
Yeah, I'll pass on the arrows.
Okay. All right, cool. You can always come back, maybe.
I couldn't afford it, but I do have a question. And I'll take up my staff and just tap the bottom of the ground, and all the vines and flowers will curl up it. Would there be any way to integrate this effect in with something you've got, or is it a one and done?
The effect of druidcraft, you mean? Creating flowers?
It's a staff of flowers, so like merging it in with a bit of fey wood and.
Oh, I see what you mean. You want me to try and reinforce your existing stuff with some Fey metal? Yeah, it's entirely possible. Actually, a little bit tricky. It's a let me have a look at that. It's magical, right? Did you enchant it yourself?
No, it was a gift from a friend.
Well, there should be okay. And enforcing existing metal items is a little bit more tricky, but there's a chance I can work with it. Probably, costs a bit. Maybe. How much of a reinforcement are you talking? Do you want it to be fully covered, or do you just want the tip, or?
It was more of an ornamental touch. It's not really a structural one.
Okay.
Like a flower or something?
I'm leaning more towards heartwood reinforcement than the metal.
How about like a nice mid handle or something like that, with a embellishment at the top? Give it a little bit slightly more strength. Okay. Would you mind parting with it for the evening?
I don't. Well, actually, hang on. I turn to Ayana. Is the meeting tonight?
Yes, it is tonight.
You might need it tonight. Maybe.
Do you expect violence?
I got a spear that you can borrow.
I don't know what I'm expecting, but I can imagine it's not going to be pretty either way. Consider it, and we'll come back tomorrow. I'll have a chat to you then.
That's good. All right. Hopefully see you tomorrow then. Hope this meeting doesn't go too badly.
Well, eyes on the skies, and you'll probably find out.
Oh, that kind of meeting. Oh, all right. Well, good luck. I think you see like a look sort of cross his face. Maybe he's putting a few pieces together. Dwarf appears, people who have got illusions, word of strangers entering the city. The capitals of the circles starting to rise from their cantons. But he doesn't say anything. Just zips his lips and goes back to his work. All right. All right, fantastic. Quick stop at the tavern. Ayana's like, I have to go and see. It's been so long, 4 decades since I've been here. So she leads you down through to the Heartstone Commons. This is the area out around the central citadel. To the Fading Star Taverns. It's built up against a large crevice that drops down into the mountain below. Nice little view. Trees poking out the side of the cliff faces here. Inside, you kind of sit down, find a table. There's lots of people wandering around. There's elves, there's Sylvans, Spriggans. Maybe not Spriggans, actually. Satyrs or something like that. Yeah. Ayana just asks for a drink. You see there's a woman elf up at the counter who's just at the moment serving someone, and she just calls over, Torgrin, got some new guests. You mind seeing to them? You just hear a voice from the back. Yeah. All right, I'll be there in a second. A few moments go by. The door pops open, and a big dwarf wanders out. Sturdy, stout-looking man, massive beard, braided. Got a bunch of like Feywild flowers that have been sort of twisted and braided into his beard itself. Got a cheerful look on his face. Eyes maybe a little bit nostalgic and sad, but he comes over. He's got a little towel tucked into his waist. He's been cleaning or something. Comes over and he's like, all right, what can I get you? And Donda, you dropped your illusion, right?
I did.
Ayana too? Would you have your cloak at the moment, like all fully up?
I forgot to put it up.
Okay, I think Ayana probably would have told you to put it back up. Maybe not.
Oh.
Anyway, either way, I think he probably would see a large beard and he just stops. He just freezes staring at you. By my beard. I'll be in the deep roots of the mountain. What is this here? Who are you?
My name is Dondar. Who be you?
Donda, my name's Torgrin.
Torgrin. Nice to meet you.
How long you been
How
here?
came- A day.
You mean
And
just
you?
got here? Did you come
I did.
from Elandis?
I came through a portal. I shouldn't have told you that, but hey.
Look, listen, you're in a tavern. People tell me things all the time. I forget it as soon as they walk out the door. I have to know, what part did you come from?
What part indeed? That's a long time.
Rapidly going back into notes.
Hey, I don't have any notes. Now for that question.
You can,
Glimmerforge.
yeah, you can click on the Veltora map if you want.
Oh, is that what he's asking? Which city I'm from?
Yeah, he's asking where you're from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which part? I'm from Glimmerforge.
You see his eyes water a little bit even more. Glimmerforge. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen it. Is it still as majestic? Is it still as majestic as I remember?
The Empire have taken it.
No. I feared. I'm so sorry to hear that. Is our people, what's happened to them? Are they broken? Are they fighting back?
They're trying. That's
Good.
that's one of the reasons I'm not there. Looking for friends to help.
Friends to help, good. And
Yes.
your people, you got family back home? Are they safe?
One of them's safe. Yeah.
Glad to hear it. It's been a century since I've seen it. I came over with cereal and my wife. He gestures with his thumb back to the counter. This beautiful tall elf, like a couple of feet taller than him, obviously. And she waves a hand as she can hear elven ears picking it up. Beautiful smile. And she goes back to a couple other customers. I came over there. I couldn't just let her go. They made an allowance for me to come as well. Well, I'm the only dwarf in the city, but I guess I'm not anymore, so that makes it interesting, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Well,
Where do you recommend the best weed?
The best weed? Oh, why don't you when you head down to the Petal and Provision? It's over. It's just down the road in the Heartstone Commons here.
I'll check it out.
I mean, comes from the fungrals, to be honest. I tried it a couple of times myself. It's a bit strong for my liking, but hey, you might like it.
Give it a go.
Right. Well, it breaks my heart to hear. Wish there's more that we could do, but I guess after the Emerald Ceremony, that's kind of it. It's all the help that we could give. How did you come here anyway? Or was that one of those things that you're not going to tell me?
How did I come here?
Yeah.
That is a long story.
My understanding that the doors were closed between the realms. Ayana's like, Torgrin, it's wonderful to see you again. I probably don't quite look how you expect, but just anyway, is it right if we move this conversation along? It's probably not one of those things. I'm sorry for prying, my dear. It's just very shocked to see a man from the old home country. You know. Of course, I understand. We just get some drinks. That's all right. Oh, right. Of course. What are you after? And
Strong ones.
order some drinks from around. Ayana offers to pay.
Water, please.
Yeah. Robin races away, leaving you mulling with your thoughts. Anything, Donda, you wanted to follow up Torgrin when he comes back?
Yeah, I don't know. It's bringing back a lot of memories.
All good. All good. Cool. Anyone else for anything in the tavern? Any conversation? Is there anything you guys wanted to ask Ayana ahead of the confluence tonight?
I have a few questions. First and foremost, you said there's these 7 factions covering different areas. Now I'm looking around and I'm seeing people pretty happily settled here, and quite fearful of things from the material realm. How much support does your little group of we want to return to the real world actually have amongst the general population?
Well, firstly, just to be clear, it's not so much that the people here are fearful of people from the material realm. It's more about the means of transport. It has been heavily enforced for generations now that can't just plane travel and just plane jump willy-nilly. So it's probably more that people are concerned than anything. And I suppose just it's a shock seeing people they've never seen before for about a century. In terms of me and my group, well, not sure if I told you precisely what happened with the Emerald Ceremony. It's about 40 years ago. There had been long discussions around whether we should or shouldn't help, what we could do if it was too dangerous. If our fears were to be eventuated, we would be the first place that the Empire would strike. They would look to wipe us out because of our breadth of knowledge and history of the world. And so some people are arguing to not go back at all, leave them to their own devices, to their own fates, but sense prevailed, luckily, and I like to think I had some measure of success in that. And so the Emerald Ceremony was formed. We were able to bring together some of the strongest archmages in the city, along with other Fae. Some help of a few Archfae came to help pool our resources, and we were able to create the portal at the Emerald Ceremony. Beautiful emerald portal that was able to briefly traverse the roots of the world tree, allowing us to have a small group infiltrate back into the material realm. I was one of those people that left, along with some few score other. We have been cut off from our people for 4 decades. No reinforcements could have been sent because that amount of power not easily to be brought around again.
Well, the question is, you said you've been away for 4 decades. There are generations that have been born here and grown up here that know nothing of where they came from. How sure are you that your grand plan to open the portal and march everyone home will be well received?
Well, I mean, firstly, to be fair, elves don't have that many children. So I'd be surprised if there were that many new people. But yeah, the point is made and stands. I don't think I have a plan so far to march everyone back. I think there is knowledge to be found beneath the Heartstone. That is my goal. Let's speak on this later. The confluence tonight will be very telling. I think it's probably better if they were to question you that you didn't appear to be so clued in on our ways as they might suspect treachery. But just know that I have workings underway, have plans.
You have the basis of a plan?
The basis of a plan. I've been thinking about it for what? A couple of hours? My friend should be able to help. She is the head of the Circle of the Weave. Person we actually need to go and see very shortly. She looks out the window. Yeah, moon should be rising soon, actually.
So we should go see her soon.
Right. She appears, you see, she appears kind of conflicted, like maybe she wants to tell you all of her plans, or I don't know, she hasn't known you that long. You can tell that she you can tell she has a secret that appears to be very important to her that she hasn't told anyone for a long time. I think you would gather with your with knowing her for a while and your passive insight. And she appears conflicted around whether or not to reveal it to you at this point.
I ask Ayana, just tell us what not to say so we don't fuck this up.
Well, to be fair, I don't know what the political situation here is anymore. Just be polite. These are very proud people. Some of them are set in their ways. Truth is generally the right approach.
That's us. We are the epitome of politeness and courtly behaviour. As I slam a beer.
Yeah. All right.
So we're fairly secluded here where we are, right?
I think you've been able to find a little corner that you can speak unheard.
So you said my parents' names? Are they still alive? Are they passed? What's going? Tell me more.
We have every reason to believe that they are not alive anymore. I'm sorry, Rio. They stayed behind. They wanted to get as many of their people as they could over here. As best as we could tell, something happened. They were attacked or ambushed or something, and they fled. We haven't been able to trace exactly what happened to them, but we do know that we can no longer see them with magic. We can no longer scry on them. All my investigations that I've done since I've been back on Veltoro shows that they were killed. I believe that the assassins of the Empire found them. That you are alive is very interesting. I wasn't even aware that Renaya was pregnant. Maybe she wasn't until they were even on the road. But, yeah.
Do I have any family, anything?
Uncles, cousins, aunts,
Yeah.
grandparents.
Renaya did have
Evil
a
regions.
sister, but she's also been missing. We suspect also killed in the attack by the Empire. It was a tricky one. She was, she didn't see eye to eye with her sister, or Ratha for that matter. She thought that the elves should remain. And I think, who knows? Maybe they separated before the Exodus, but yeah. She might have chosen to stay, actually. Now that I think about it, I think she had fallen in love with a human or something. Maybe she chose to stay behind, but yeah. I didn't know her very well personally. She stayed out of our society for a while.
As you say, she fell in love with a human. I just look at Erendor.
You guys related?
I don't know. Erendor, do you know your mother's name?
I do. Araneth.
Okay.
At this, Ayana just tilts her head back and starts laughing. You guys didn't know you were cousins. Oh, that's too much. Oh boy, this is certainly becoming an interesting time.
Well, this is why they say incest is bad.
I think
What
why
are
don't
you
we
talking about, Don?
why don't we end the session right there? That's kind of an interesting place to finish. I was hoping to head to the Ethereum Canton, but I think that's a wonderful place to stop. So how about we stop there and we can do the confluence in the next session?
Question: which was the older sister?
I think Renaya was younger.
Okay.
So,
God, I've been holding on to that
Erendor
one for a
is
while.
part royalty.
Fucking hell.
Which one was Erendor's mother the older? The younger.
Ereneth was slightly younger than Renaya.
Okay. I'm gonna say who's really in the line of succession.
Oh.
And that raises the question, could Erendor have opened the portal?
Oh.
Oh man,
yeah.
I wasn't.
Part of the royal blood.
I wasn't planning on revealing that for a while until you guys start searching for Erendor's mother. But there we go. Look at that. It just happened. It was a good question asking, is there any other family? Well, why would she lie? She knows the sister, you know? Shit.
Now Rio and
one of the
Erendor
royal
can't hook up.
one of the royal sisters is imprisoned under the palace.
That makes that a bit of an interesting thing, doesn't it?
Like a good way to get ourselves an elven military force, maybe.
Yeah.
How are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling about that?
I think it's cool.
You fucking what?
You took the words out of my mouth, Death Mouse. You fucking what?
I think there's some story to dive into with Ereneth and Jarek. But tale for another day, I guess. Oh man, I was hoping to hold on to that for a bit longer, but no, it was the perfect spot for it. It was natural. We're in a tavern, we're chilling. There's a dwarf here somehow. Like, it's time to tell stories, man. Holy shit. Oh boy. I was almost, the way I'd sort of imagined it was if somehow you ever ended up rescuing her, she would like, you guys maybe to tell her or something about Rio. Because she would be us, because she'd be curious about what happened to the elves. And then she'd be like, oh wait. Oh shit, you guys are, she'll be the one to tell you something, but oh man. There we go. God, 2026 is certainly a year of lore revelations for the story, isn't it? It's like one thing after the other. All right, cool. Next session, we are going to the Locus Arcanum, the Sphere of Glass, to meet someone that Ayana sent a message to, and then we'll do the confluence and see what happens after that.
We've got to scry on Erendor's mum, see if she's in the thing.
Yeah.
I'd imagine she'd be very heavily shielded.
Yeah. Oh man, Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, Ayana's an archmage. They might have some way.
Yep. I will take notes. What was I going to do? I was going to do a nail roll table, and there's another one as well, eh?
Shield. No, shield to done.
Yeah.
The two shields.
Shields are done.
That was done, but you got to make it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll just say roll tables. Roll tables. Do that. Very
I'll
nice.
just mention to people as well. I was looking in the bag of holding, and there was some feather tokens in there that I cannot remember where they came from.
Oh, we've got them as reward.
Yep, I grabbed the feather token of make tree because that feels appropriate.
Nice. They were not reward. They were from Marcel the Broken. She
Oh
had them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one of stop ship or lock ship, one of make ship go, and then there was one of make tree. I grabbed the one of make tree.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Oh man. Well, yeah, cool. It was fun. It's always fun to like build a whole new city. I, as always, drastically underestimated how like what we would get to in the session because I
Shopping.
I had a bunch of like exactly. I had a bunch of like little mini encounters and stuff set up towards the end. And yeah, fuck, just we're miles away from it. I'm so bad. But hey, no, it's good. It's fun. That's what D&D's all about, is you guys being able to do stuff. Like I was sitting there and I was thinking like, all right, cool. We'll head up the road, we'll meet the dude within like the first 5 minutes, and then we're in the city and then we're chilling. And it's like 30 minutes later, you're still talking to Uncle Grumble. I'm like, fuck man, it's too funny. But I love it, bro. I love it. That's the best thing about this game. It's just like shooting the shit, eh? Oh, too good. Fun. Oh, I loved the old little pixie. Oh, that was so fun. I just love the idea of like just this grumpy old lady who's a tiny, tiny little pixie, like struggling to fly, just like, all right, yeah, come here. Oh, that's so good. All right. Well. I am hiking next weekend. I am going on a real life adventure, so I'll be away, and then
I'll be away next weekend myself. So
He's going to the Feywild.
yeah, very nice. So should we look at maybe a weekend after that, eh?
People update their calendar.
Have a quick glance at the calendar. We'll do it. Very good.
weekend after that is Easter. So.
Oh, is it Easter after that?
Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Easter.
Easter is 3 weeks from now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, that works out quite well then. Yeah. Nice. Cool. All right. I think I'll run to bed. Thanks for the game, guys. Super fun. Yeah.
But just quickly,
Yeah.
you fucking what?
Yeah.
As soon as she said she had a sister that married a human, I instantly went, yep, and started laughing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why when you said that, I was like, what's her name?
You could have let that sit for a little bit for everyone to go, wait a second.
Yeah.
But,
That's why it took me a moment to respond, is because I was laughing to that.
Yeah. Oh god. I hope that's not like I hope that's not annoying or something. Like I've forced backstory on you guys or something.
It just completely caught me off guard.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm glad.
Oh, we had Lesser and Warp.
When you originally said she had a sister that stayed behind, part of me went, oh fuck, the Empress is an elf.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
which isn't out of the possibility just yet.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Or what happens if?
Oh no, the Empress is no.
Mom.
I don't think so, because we know the Empress's full name.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean she can't have an alias.
And she came out of the north or the west before all the elves got driven off, I think. Vaguely, if I recall the history.
Yeah, the legend was
she also older than all the elves leaving?
Yeah.
It's Arendor's grandma. Great grandma.
Hey, I know Riv's still shamelessly through fantasy books, and I have read some fantasy books where this kind of shit's happening. So.
Yeah. No, so the legend of her was that she landed on the eastern shores of Veltora about 100 years or so ago and was just a wave of death and destruction across the continent somehow. Starting from the eastern cities, she made her way across, and the elves had left by the time she got to them.
Now I have some questions because she started on the east, and the east was where we met the Underdark Spider Queen, who knew her name.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders, did she actually land, or did she come out from underground?
Oh yeah, fascinating.
You
sitting there with a pen and a bit of paper taking notes.
You mean the place where the fungrals were as well, where the breach between realms is, potentially.
And that had that pond, that puddle.
We all know that Riv has a full-on Underdark map of the entire continent.
The direct mapping. Yep.
Oh my god. I'll tell you what, man. Building a city is fucking hard, eh? Especially one like this. Like, if it's like a random human city of like, yeah, there's this like there's tavern over here.
Your one
here's a river.
floats, so it's got levels.
I wanted this one to feel like big and like kind of grand, you know? So like it's not just like a flat thing with like a couple of buildings. It's like multi-tiered, different layers, different societies that are like broken down and feel kind of distinctly different as well. Like when you walk over to the Irons Ward, it feels like a different society of people. Like they're much more military, much more professional, red banners everywhere. And when you jump down into the Bridge of Commons, it's just a bunch of dudes hanging out, just chilling, just like jumping in taverns and things like that. But dude, I'll tell you what, man, like I went for a walk earlier today and I was just trying to like memorize everything because there's so many fucking words I wrote down, like all the different names of things. Like I still forget things like the luminary canton, which is the circle of the dawn. I still forget all this stuff. It's so hard to remember it. I was like, man, why did I do this to myself? Oh man, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, cool to finally be able to get to it.
It's going to be a fun session next session. So much shit.
Yeah. Potentially some additional big reveals next session, depending on how we go. We'll see, eh? All right, fantastic. I will turn off stream.